Hello, welcome to the Homebhoys Live podcast. It is Thursday, the 2nd of July. I'm, of course, Joe McKenna. It is us back after a bit of a 3-week hiatus and back amongst the chat. And just since I wanted to get back on the mic to have a wee yarn, I'm joined by Brummy Boy, Longers out there.
How are you, Joseph? You good? Looking good, mate? You feeling well?
I'm feeling fucking great, man. Feeling great. So I'm looking forward to a holiday next Friday to Malaga for a week with the whole family. Probably the last full family holiday, let's say, ever. Looking forward to it. Also joined by the main man on Wayshaw, Jason Higgins. Hail, bro. You good?
I'm good.
We've got plenty to hear from you tonight. Looking forward to this chat. And we're joined by the
prodigal son. Introduced him as Hamish, the Tartan Army foot soldier.
No, we're going to delve deep into that one in a minute. We'll delve deep into that one.
Okay.
And we're joined by the Coxman. Ladies and gentlemen, David Harper is back amongst us, the prodigal son.
All right, man. I just have to ask a question. Liam, there, how come you're saying, Joe, you're looking good and we all have our cameras off?
Because I saw him before we went. He
is looking good, by he's looking fucking fine.
I said,
lean, ready to
I said Liam private pictures. I mean, got a whole
yeah, no, just what you're saying there about Hamish there. Jason, that was remind me, you've actually done it in reverse to that fella. Remember, you've went for sniper to piper.
Brilliant.
So we're back. There's no Scott McCrory tonight. Scott on holiday. Marty's on holiday. Marty's away in Greece. Scott's out there pulling his stats together and pulling his hair out for the season review that may or may not ever come. We'll find out soon. Hopefully before the season starts would be great. I mean, but
we could maybe just condense it down to like from the 86th minute against Hearts and just do it from there to the end of the season. That'd be good.
It'd be nice to kind of like wipe that whole slate clean. But you know what? Fuck all that.
If it's left to any of us, that will be the fucking duration of the season.
I remember saying like during the season, going like, "Good luck to the guy that's got to edit this end of season DVD." That's a tough inspirational sell. I mean, edit that one together and make it seem like it's a good time. You know what I mean? It's a fucking tragedy. But anyway,
it's even hard to think back to Brendan Rodgers being the manager at the start of the season.
Aye. He's like 4 girlfriends ago.
That's like generation away.
That's like my Tinder days all over again.
Yeah, do you reckon Celtic still sell DVDs of the season?
I know. I know for a fact they do because you see them in the shop.
Yeah, that would sum it up, wouldn't it? That'd be
Doesn't it really selling DVDs? Let's all bring out the early tracks and see how it goes. So listen, this is going to be a bit of a rambling chat because we certainly haven't got sayings to talk about. The only player news I heard was the Celtic player news because they were fucking punting shit on that today on the internet. New stuff on the Celtic players. It's the only fucking player I've heard about. So we're going to
I've got one signing to talk about. Ross Grant, coach from Hearts. There we go.
Set piece coach. Hallelujah.
Lifelong Celtic fan.
Can't wait to see what this guy's got.
Right. The teddy bears get Lawrence Shankland, and we get this set piece coach. So.
Right.
Good deal.
Listen, shut the fuck up and buy another jersey, yeah?
Listen, that's surely not another penny must be finished after today, surely. The old tracksuit.
You'll have not another fucking penny left if you buy that stuff.
It is. You know what? They are testing us. Like it does seem like a test.
So I want to ask a question, right? You know, I don't listen to any Celtic podcasts, right? See these ones that get fucking Patreon and they come out every day. What the fuck are they talking about these days? Do any of you listen to them?
I listen to Hamish every day, right? Well, it doesn't put one on every day, but he does maybe 4 or 5 days a week. And like I really like him. I like the way he talks. He rabbits on, no problem. Keeps it quite concise. But he just covers whatever's in topic. So his could be 15, 20 minutes, 25. No more than that, really, day to day. So that one's perfect for me just to catch up on anything I've missed. I don't listen to Axon often, but if I'm on a walk and I've got nothing else to listen to, I will. But they do like an hour a day, pretty much every day.
And they're still doing that now.
A Celtic
far as I can-
AM's not
as I can
Celtic.
see.
You don't pay for Celtic AM though, Jason. That's not one of the ones you're talking.
Don't pay for AXOM either, I don't think. Because I don't subscribe to either. I listen.
Oh, right,
listen
but
to-
no,
I think the point is
right.
you can, and they do offer. Some of them do offer extra content on top of.
Right, so right, regardless whether you pay or not, right, these ones that are on every day, what the fuck are they talking about?
Same shit we are.
No, but we're ready to wrap this up to fucking who. If it's Celtic content, we've got absolutely nothing to say, like zero. Like apart from just fucking moaning about absolutely everything to do with the club, there is absolutely nothing to cover. I mean, what can they possibly be talking about every day?
The last
Well,
one I listened to.
that's why they have talent that we don't. You know what I mean?
Right.
They can
I'm genuinely interested. I maybe actually stick one of them on tomorrow just to see what they're talking about, because I was racking my brain saying, what can we talk about tonight? And I've got absolutely nothing.
And we've done that every podcast, every fucking time we've done this. Except that this is going to be a short one. Next thing, 2.5 hours deep.
No. But we can cover it with random shit that's getting on to do with Celtic. but the thing is, if you're talking about Celtic and it's Celtic content, what possible things can they be talking about? No,
there's not an awful lot. There's not an awful lot coming
right,
from the
but
club.
Liam listens every day.
Over.
So Liam, give us a wee example. If you listen to Dave, what was he talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Celtic AM, I listen to it every day. He puts one on, but that could be 3 or 4 days a week, and it's specifically around what's in the news. So that could be transfer rumours, managers, coaches, fan stuff, kits, like just anything that's has been reported somewhere in the news. He's done the odd one about what players we need squad wise and stuff like that. But he doesn't just do one for the sake of doing one, whereas AXOM do every day. But the last one I listened to them, it was just the same sort of stuff. It was about how bad we are at everything, pretty much. But like your man PJ speaks really well, I think, on there. He had a couple of guests on. I can't remember who they were, but they just cover the same stuff, but in lots of detail. But I don't listen to that one every day. That one is like a one in a month or something for me.
So what's obviously, I think I know the answer, but what's your feelings about Celtic now? About where we're headed, or what this upcoming season's going to give us? What's your absolute feelings? Anyways,
well, I'll go first if you want.
Absolutely
go for it. Fucking scunnered, man. There's no. I didn't even look. I'm not even looking for any news. I have to be honest with you. I'm not going online and looking for rumours because I'm not even expecting any rumours. I just basically see if you have posted anything in the chat. And that's the only Celtic chat I'm in there. I came out all the other fucking WhatsApp groups I'm in. And it's only if you post something, then I'll see something. Because other than that, it feels like there's absolutely nothing going to happen. Do you know what I mean? I don't even have an expectation for anything in this close season. And I think what we've heard the rumours about fucking loan signings coming to fucking the City group, and I quite believe that's the route that we're going to go down. And it's absolutely fucking sickening. Like it's I don't know, it's getting worse. It feels like it's actually getting worse. It feels like this season's going to be worse than last season from the point of view of fans against the board, to be honest with
you. Aye. The only thing possible fucking positive thing is Martin O'Neill. But even at that's a negative for me. But for a lot of the fans, it's kind of positive. You've kind of got continuity there for the coaching staff. But in all likelihood, we'll go to Liam and Joe first, see what they think, then I'll give mine, and then I suppose we can talk about who we think's going to leave, because none of us have got a fucking clue who's going to come in.
I'm a bit lost on it all, to be honest with you. Last season you could kind of try and describe as a one-off season, like with all the stuff that happened, and we talked about earlier with the managers swapping and bringing in Nancy and all that sort of stuff. But I think we said around the 1st of January this year, surely O'Neill's back in, there'll be a striker at the door on the 1st of January. We'll get this player, we'll get that player, and absolutely zero brought in January of any use to anyone. And then you're thinking, doing what we did to win the double, we'll either get O'Neill signed and done within a week, or we'll wish him farewell and then move on to the next target. And we took, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get him in. we're then fucking announcing the two coaches two weeks so later, an hour before pre-season training started. Not a sniff of a fucking player at all. It's just, and there's something really troubling bubbling under the surface for me. I mean, you could describe last season as gross incompetence, but it starts to feel that something really deliberate going on just now. Something a bit more sinister in terms of, it's like someone is deliberately doing their best to kind of handicap us or restrict us in any way possible. And the puzzling bit about Martin O'Neill is, obviously it's brilliant to have him there, but why would he? And we said this last time, like Rodgers and like others, why would he come back in and work under such restriction? Obviously, the money's the money, but why would you want to do that? He was given no tools last year. The two main tools he could have been given last year were having the fans in the ground, which they kept out for 5 months, and been given players to improve the team and give them a chance of winning, and he was given none to do that. So we won the league in the double despite the people around him at the senior level, not because of them. And now he's back in. He's had to wait over 2 weeks for his staff to be announced, a day of pre-season training, and not a sniff of a player coming in, not one. So it just feels a bit sinister to me, but what knows?
Yeah. Joe, what about yourself?
See, when I renewed the season tickets, right? And then the Keane fucking stuff started kind of coming out. I honestly said to myself, what have I done? What have I done? Right? And then the O'Neill stuff came out, and I was like, right, well, fucking here we go. Let's fucking, fucking time to rally up. Let's go. Here we go. And since then, it has been the most tepid plateau of nothingness in terms of how I or any of us can perceive this season ahead, or what's to look forward to, or what's to be expected, or what kind of players might be targeted, what kind of rumors might be coming out, what kind of moves might be being made, what kind of news there might be, what kind of expectations, anything at all, anything. And we're all sat here, money out of the bank, going, you're going to give us nothing, essentially, to look forward to. You're going to give us no sort of positive horizon that we can go, that's what we're in it for. There's fucking nothing. It almost seems that we're being kind of just starved of progress to be taught a lesson to some degree. That's the way it kind of feels. And it's disgusting. And it makes me feel like Celtic as a club, in the hands of the people that it's in the hands of, is going in the same corporate direction as every other Soldiers football club that we don't really bother our time thinking about. And that's how I feel right now. Now, see if they sign fucking 3 great players between now and next week, or now and fucking Tuesday when I go to Tucker Park with my son to watch the fucking reserves, whoever the fuck's going to play. Then, there might be, a re-energization. We all actively want to be energized by what's coming. That's what we want. That's what we're in it for. It's why we fucking pay our money. It's why we buy our tickets. We want to be energized by what the club's going to offer us, what the club's on our side. The club believes, and they're culturally adjacent. They know what we want. They know what we want. They just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, the thing came out. There was a thread in the huddle board today about, and Harper posted it yesterday, about the season ticket waiting list. And Harper gets a knockback, and all it is folk in the huddle board that said knockbacks. I don't think one person posted that they were successful getting a season ticket. So that tells you that every season ticket was renewed. And they're just fucking basically laughing at us. They must just be saying to themselves, these cunts are fucking imbecile. We can do whatever we want here and they'll just keep coming back. And it's true. We're all just fucking hopelessly addicted to going to watch Celtic. And it's fucking gut-wrenching. And I agree with you. There's something sinister at play here. It's as if the Desmond family are saying, we'll fucking show them. They'll not be fucking embarrassing us in public. We'll show them. And they've got that fucking mute Nicholson, who is your CEO and conducts every bit of transfer business by, I believe, targets identified by Ross Desmond or one of his henchmen. And can you imagine you're a player and you're looking to further your career and you fucking end up in a room with that clown and he starts trying to sell you the vision of Celtic? The guy can't even talk. I know on authority that he did an interview with the club channel and they to give him his script for every answer that he to give because he couldn't ad-lib anything.
This guy not a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, aye. He's maybe a good lawyer, but he's a fucking brutal CEO. And as for being a CEO of one of the biggest football clubs in the world, it's beyond criminal. It's just you can't put into words how shambolic we are as a football club.
I think we may be in the area of starting to conceive that the Desmonds are just using Celtic.
But to what advantage is it running the club into the ground? Not running them to the ground, but doing nothing to help them be their best of what they can be.
No, but Liam, do you remember when Johnny Owen was on here and he talked about what do you call your man that runs Nottingham Forest?
The Greek guy, I don't know his name.
I don't know his name, right? But Johnny made a really good point about how that guy came in and explored how the fans saw and valued the club, what it meant to them, and then essentially set out to be, one of us called it, culturally adjacent, right? In terms of going okay, I need to know what this club means to these people, because if I don't have these people on side, then this club really isn't worth a fuck for anybody, right? We appear to be living in the antithesis of that.
But I think it goes back to Jason's point. Forest are trying to build something. Right? I mean, Forest are a well-established club, a great history, but they're trying to build something now. They're back in the Premiership, getting re-established, getting that, that sellout fan base all the time. But maybe it's just that complete complacency with something sinister laced into it. Because they're like, we keep winning. Everyone keeps coming back. They keep throwing money at us.
Yeah, I know, but do you not think that somebody who gave a fuck about Celtic, gave a fuck about football, and kind of knew their onions a wee bit, would recognise that if you come into a club like Celtic and you embrace the fans and you buy into some level of degree of the ambition that they have, and you take the risks that they kind of think you should probably be taking, that, you might fall flat in your face and it might all go to fuck. But again, that's what else is there to do in football? Just fucking plateau, be complacent.
The way I look at it, right? We all got a job. We all work, right? I'm sure you're the same as me. You're doing 100 things at once all the time, right? You just fucking go from one to the other every minute of every day, fucking until you're done. How does Celtic operate? How do the people in charge of Celtic operate? You look at the Martin O'Neill and Maloney and Fotheringham situation. It almost feels like they send out a written offer or something by post, second-class post to Martin O'Neill that takes 3 days to arrive, and here's your first offer. And he
send a raven to O'Neill
and send it back, send your response back in writing, and then someone turns up a week later at the office, opens a letter, and goes, "Oh, no, he wants this. We'll do a count." I mean, how can it, in this day and age, in a business that operates, I know we have a pre-season that, right, but it operates all the time. How can it take 5 to 6 weeks to re-sign your 3 manager and coaching staff? How is that possible?
I have this vision in my head of Martin O'Neill breaking a wax seal with a D on it.
Well,
on a scroll.
And in that period, what else were they doing? What else? The season was finished. We're not signing any players. We're letting people go. What else are those people doing to fill a 7-hour day or an 8-hour day, or what are they doing?
It's a mystery. There's about 100 staff work at Celtic. When you think to yourself, what are they all doing? But the guys at the top are obviously managing the players coming in and out and whatever. And there's a distinct lack of that. So it's absolutely baffling. As you say, Liam, at the very least, when you start your working day, you've got a list of 6 things that you need to achieve at the end of the day, right? And you fucking tick them off as the day goes, and you're fucking panicking like fuck if some key delivery by the end of that day is not getting delivered, because fucking somebody above you in the pecking order is going to be fucking hammering you. So you can be in a blind panic at the end of the day. Can you imagine them in that position at Celtic? getting through their fucking key objectives for the day.
It's madness. Like it baffles me in terms of how. The only thing I can think of is, as widely reported, they negotiate with players or staff or whatever. A certain amount asked for. They're referring all that back to Dermot Desmond over a certain threshold, and he's just sat on his hole for fucking a week and then gets back a week later to them all.
Seemingly son there.
Whoever, yeah. It's like I said, you could put it down to incompetence, you could put it down to change of staff or whatever, but it's fucking just bordering on insanity now. It's gone on for so long. You can't have, when you have such a bad transfer window as a club the size of Celtic, surely you do everything in your power to rectify that, to retro it, understand what happened, fix it moving forward, and we're actually getting worse every time.
And that's where I think we're kind of bordering on that kind of concept now, that we do probably believe that it is willful degradation.
It's like fucking wild narcissism going on. Honestly.
But I mean, the fucking billionaires are narcissistic. I mean, why else are you gonna get $1 billion fucking pound? I mean, unless you think about yourself all the time.
But let's think it rationally, right? See in Scotland, right? Take away the European aspect, because we never do anything in Europe, and we never have done anything in Europe by 4 seasons in our history, 4 or 5 seasons in our history, right? So that's out the window, right? Although we can sometimes qualify for the Champions League and bank a bit of money, seemingly they don't bank on that happening. So that's no in their projected fucking earnings of the year, I assume, because they don't do anything to try and safeguard that money. They wait and see if we qualify, and then they'll sign a couple of players on the back of that guaranteed earnings. They never speculate to try and ensure that guaranteed earnings, because they'll probably say, well, we could still lose, and then you've lost all that money. I think he would agree with me. That's the kind of their outlook on that kind of scenario. But let's take it back to Scotland, right? Regardless whether we win the league, Scottish Cup and the League Cup, the earnings for that are minimal, right? You're not banking a lot of money on that. You're getting the entry into the Champions League with the potential earning money, but it's a few million quid. Sponsorship will be a few million quid. And on the grand scheme of things, think about the idiots that we are. We plough just about every penny into that club that they need to do absolutely nothing in their power to achieve, because we just turn up blindly every season and hand them fortunes.
Yeah.
So they're sitting there going, we don't need to fuck all. They're coming every year. We just need to have a better team than the rest of the shit in this league to win this league. And we'll come back.
There you go. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
we can, yeah.
Right. I've switched to my phone because of that fucking my MacBook fucking fans like a jet engine. But there you go. There's I've got the email today. The Dear John, there's no season ticket again. That's 3 years. As you said, Jason, I think Marty was saying 98% renewals after what happened last season. So if you're not going to have a tail off after a year like that, you're never going to have a tail off, because people know now that waiting list is closed right across the board. It's closed for the hospitality. It's closed for the regular season tickets. And people know if they give them up, they'll never get them back. They'll get them back for about 10 years. So as you say, the club knows they're getting that money every year, regardless.
Yeah, and we are basically supporter funded.
Yeah.
You know, there is bits and pieces come in for other revenue streams, but very little. But you would think to yourself, right, there's Engels for an example. So Engels, you sign him for 11 million quid, and by all accounts, he's going to go for 25 million. So why the fuck are they no looking out for the next Engels? Why are they no willing to go 11, 12 million for an upcoming European player that's got a good upscale? You know, it's easy money. It's absolute, because Engels hasn't shown in Europe for us. He's no shown in the world. He doesn't get a game for Belgium. He's no shown in the world stage. Yet we're looking at easily getting 25 million for him. So surely, fuck, they must be looking for the next £11 million player. By all accounts, they're no interested. Or they don't seem to be.
Okay.
It's fucking madness. It's easy money. And plus, you're keeping the fans happy because you're bringing in big name signings. And as you say, we're all going to get excited. I made a point to Sean. He's coming next week to meet yourself, Harper, for obviously the Shelburne game. And I says, fucking hell, because he says, I've not even been watching the news. He says, I've looked at all the signings. Fucking Hearts have made 9, Rangers 5. They showed you a league table of all signings in Scottish football, and we're at the bottom with 0. Everybody else has made at least one signing. And he says, fucking, this is unbelievable. And I says, you're going out to that friendly next week. I says, honest to God, I says, I'll not even watch that. I won't even put that on the telly because it's pointless. And he's replying to me, he says, I'm gone to it and I won't even fucking watch it. But it's, honest to God, it's just incredible. It's hard to put any words.
It is really, eh? It is, because your mind boggles. Like.
And what other football club can have the pool like us to like just do nothing? I mean,
Do you know what? You're sitting actually expecting them to happen as well. That's the best thing.
Aye. And then fucking obviously me and Liam on the fucking posh seats that cost a fucking fortune that we can't afford. And they used to at least give you pre-season friendlies. The fucking hang in the email in the other day. See the Roma and the Middlesbrough game.
AC Milan.
Sorry, the Roma. Sorry, the Middlesbrough and the AC Milan game. 80 quid a pop.
For the package or for each?
For the 2 games, I think, was it?
I think it was for just was it 80 for the both of them, Liam?
I think so,
They
yeah.
could, for the money you pay for those seats, they couldn't give you that.
No.
Do we still get the qualifier on the ticket?
Probably not this year.
We used to. Fucking joke, man.
Wait till I find the email. I thought it was 80 each.
I don't. Well, because I think is it £35 for 2 on the normal package? I think. But that's what's making me think it's 80 for the 2, but I could be wrong.
Are we all not the perfect example of why this will fucking just continue at the end of the day? I mean, we sit here and bemoan this, and then we go, we'll do it anyway. But it's fucking like.
Because you know there's 15,000 in a waiting list waiting to take place.
You know somebody else is going to get your place. That's it, Harper. That's 100% right.
I found that out to my cost. I didn't. When I gave up that, I can't remember what it was fucking called. Club 67. I just wasn't going to enough games. I said, I'll just give that up and just get another season ticket. 3 years later, I'm still fucking waiting. Do you know what I mean? I fucking should have kept it.
So like, I got lucky as fuck with the tickets I have, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, I rarely used them last year, and Liam as well. You know that too. And it's like,
yeah.
It's like fucking. But you don't want to fucking lose. You don't want to lose the access. You don't want to lose the fucking the opportunity.
Like I emailed Celtic the day when I got the email saying that, well, you're unsuccessful. I says, I wonder if I could get back on the waiting list for the hospitality again. So I said, I'll just do that. Like maybe that'll come in quicker. And the email Caitlin emailed me back within 5 minutes saying, no, that list is closed as well. Like, just advise you to keep an eye on the internet, see if anything changes.
Like you're right, Liam. It was 80 per person for 2 matches. It's the way the email came out. It's Club Celtic, then a big gap. 80 per person for 2, and then it's got matches under Club Celtic. So
was it in 5 fonts and 3 colours?
Spelling mistakes and everything.
Premium service.
See how you get into the women's games with your season ticket, eh?
No.
If you've got a season ticket, do you not get ladies' games as well, no?
I think so.
I think
it's a couple, but I don't remember whether I paid in. Why not?
I wasn't sure, like, obviously the fucking lounges would be on. Do
you think Celtic would miss an opportunity to separate a revenue stream?
Yeah, because they're playing at Clive. Is it Clive they used to play them? No, I think you pay for them. Definitely when they played at Celtic Park, I paid for the tickets to take Zoe.
I was sure of that as well. I didn't listen on that.
Maybe for an odd game, but certainly when they did that Celtic end thing, I'm certain I paid for tickets for that game. I'm certain.
So yeah, 40. But
It's going to be interesting because I think Middlesbrough have got 7,000 tickets and they've asked for 10,000 now.
I'll give them 10,000. They'll be lucky if there's 15,000 again.
Exactly. They're going to be thinking, where's this famous Celtic Park atmosphere? There'll be fucking nobody there.
It's just fucking baffling. And fingers crossed we get some signings over the line. But and when's the Champions League draw out? Do we know? I've not even looked. Do we know what possible teams we're going to face? I've seen them ages ago, but I can't even remember.
Yeah, I think similar to last year. I think they're all reasonable opportunities for us. All of them were definitely seeded. We know that. And then I think, and Hamish's show, he listed the 4. You could probably find them quite easy. He listed the 4 current options that we'd get from. But obviously, that could change because some of them are in earlier qualifiers to us. But we're definitely seeded. That's the thing. Nobody can trump us on that. But just going back to your point about the ticket renewals, I mean, obviously, we're all mental renewing them. And it took me to the very last minute this time, and I was so reluctant to do it, but ended up doing it. But there's loads of people trying to get in to these tickets as well, which is is mad. But the way I look at it is, you're obviously just thinking this is a short-term issue that we're dealing with here, right? And surely it can't last. But if somebody said to you it's going to be the same people in charge for the next 5 years, what would you think? You'd chuck it then?
No, you'll never chuck it.
Well, I'd probably say I would then, wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? Aye.
The social aspect of going to the football is as much as the football, for me anyway.
I don't really do anything else but going to the football. That's quite sad, but aye.
It's fucking torture, isn't it?
I know. So enough of the doom and gloom, right? Let's talk about who we think's going to leave. There's obviously we've got no idea who's going to come in, right? So let's talk about the guys coming back for injury. So you've got Carter Vickers, who's in pre-season training at the minute. So that'll be a good addition if he can get himself fit. But for how long he'll be fit for, I don't know. But that's a positive. Jota, there's still no sign of him training, is there?
No,
you've got to start being a bit worried about him. Genuinely worried. I mean,
by all accounts, he's injury, but see when you look at the stats of that injury, it is typical. It takes over a season to come back. But as you say, there is no guarantees he'll be back to any kind of form they had before him.
I think a few things. I mean, like obviously he went to Saudi, didn't he? And he missed the guts of 18 months, and then he went to Rennes and barely played for a year, and now he's been out for over a year. So he's hardly played any games in the last three and a half seasons.
He'll still be better than Taneka.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously he's probably gone back to Portugal to do his recuperation, which makes sense. But like he's not been seen anywhere, has he? Not at the end of the season. I mean, that tracksuit today, that's fucking... Who would you be sticking that on to promote that? Fucking him straight away. But there's been no sign or sound of him at all.
No.
I'm a bit worried about the future for him.
You've got Callum Osmond, obviously, come back at the end of the season. So that's, to me, really positive. I've got massive hopes for him. So, and he's tied in for a few years. So, so that's kind of a positive aspect without signing MD. But then, who's going to leave? Maeda, do you think he's off?
Yeah,
definitely, 100%.
I would think so. Mm-hmm. So he's off. You would think Engels would probably away.
Yeah.
I believe Johnson probably go.
I'm kind of, because he's been doing well in this World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you'll get top dollar for him and all. So you could have they three. You've got Rio Hatate. He's gone.
Gone.
Who else? You've got all the loan signings, every single loan signing that came in January.
Yeah.
There been none of them.
Negrin.
See that's scary, by the way, if you lose him. And I know you all don't rate him, and I fucking don't say he's the best football player in the world, but he won us the league basically single-handedly.
His goals were vital.
He wouldn't have been anywhere near the league if he hadn't been with us last year. You lose him, fucking what? So, but there's every chance he could go.
Best Swedish player since Henrik Larsson, according to Martin O'Neill.
Freddie Lundberg might have something to say about that.
No, remember that last game in the dressing room?
Oh, no, I do.
Lustig,
yeah. Good chat.
you're the one. But so MD else that you think will go? Obviously Schmeichel's away, so we need a goalie. Okay. We've got your defence, so I think Trusty could go score a goal in the World Cup. He's not been starting. He started one game, started the game that they lost to Turkey, and scored in the first 3 minutes. Come on as a sub, the other one, I don't know.
How much did we pay for Trusty?
4 or 5 million, I think.
I could see somebody coming in fucking for him, aye.
Right. And they'll say to themselves, we've got Carter Vickers back, so that'll do. So then you go to the midfield, what you're left with? You're left with McGregor, Luke McCowan,
Bernardo.
You think he'd be wanting away?
Yeah, he doesn't. I know it doesn't fancy him, does he? Clearly, so.
Hatate.
But I thought he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's back in training today. It's the first time he's been seen.
Martin O'Neill didn't, by all accounts, doesn't even talk to him. Didn't even fucking give him anything towards the end of the season. So if you're him, you're onto your agency and getting you out here anywhere.
Well, I think so. I had a quick glance at the huddle board earlier, which I wish I hadn't have done because I read the transfer thread, which depressed the life out of me before this. But I think he said today, it's been reported somewhere today, he said he wants to leave. Which is no surprise, is it? For
he must leave. Right. What about Youngsters Paradise? He signed a new deal, didn't he? So who signed the new deals? So Yang, McCowan, who else signed?
No, it was Forrest signed. Forrest for a year.
Forrest signed for a year.
Scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got Callum Osman, you've got Tierney, you've got, I don't know, Tony Ralston.
Colby Donovan. Yep.
Who else have we got?
See, when you're going through all that, it's fucking quite depressing. Fucking like one of the boys I go to the Shells games with, and I know we'll probably come on to talk about that later, but was saying to me, like, think it'll be just like a Celtic 11. And I says, I don't think that really happens anymore, but see, when you think about it, we are just a sort of Celtic 11. If you know what I mean by that. There's not any sort of superstars to fucking, I want to see him come to Dublin to play. Like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, go back to Jason's point there. I mean, you could be lined up at the start of the season with Sinisolo, Alistair Johnson, Carter Vickers, Scales, Tierney. That's impressive.
Okay, that's a good
yeah. But after that, it's there's a real lack of inspiration ahead of that.
Aye.
Yeah.
So you're talking about McCowan, Bernardo, McGregor, then Forrest, Yang,
Tanetti,
and Callum Osman.
I mean, even the fact that they've not just went and got Sriracha and Iheanacho is just mind-boggling. Like, two guys want to be there, cost them next to nothing.
That was the next thing I was coming to. The Sriracha one, is it $1.5 million? And he's wanting to come.
According to Hamish, it's £1.2 million or something, and Celtic are trying to get him on loan again. And just to caveat that, we sold that boy Inamura, who never played a minute for us, for 1.4 million or something. So we've actually got the money there from him.
And we sold Palma as well, did we not?
Yeah,
Right.
4 million. Yeah.
Your man's coming back as well, eh? Fucking Rocky.
Aye,
back, yeah.
Mike the Rocky, right? He's back, so you never know. I actually quite liked him.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That could be the exit point for Trusty.
Aye. Yep. Aye, you get Mike the Rocky back. So up front, all we've really got is Callum Osman.
What do you think about Iniacho? So I mean, we let his expiry run out.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing maybe that was because we probably paid him a decent wage last season, and probably being Celtic were trying to let it go and then see what he gets, and then try and under negotiate him again.
Yeah. They'll let him leave with the hope that he doesn't get a club.
Yeah.
And then he's tail between the legs, want to come back to us on a reduced salary. And see, to be fair, I kind of there is a bit of me, right? He has class when he's on, but you're lucky to get 45 minutes out of him. And a guy that's under 30, it's kind of disgraceful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the hope is a full pre-season from the start might have made a difference, but then he didn't get released from, I forget who it was from now, he didn't get released from his other, Valencia, was it? He didn't get released from them till the 1st of September, so he must have done a pre-season with them, but fuck me, he didn't look like it, did he, at any point?
Nah. It was class, you know. Yeah. I would definitely sign him, but as I say.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think him and Osmond, and then if you went out and just bought a starting number 9, then I think you'd have decent cover at that position. But
right.
You want him in from the start of the pre-season, don't you?
It's fucking. You're going to be lucky to have 11 players.
Do you know what? I am kind of looking forward to see what happens next year. So you just go like, well, here's what we've got. Here's what we've got. Here's what we're training up to for the season, because it's going to be an interesting look. Like, is Jota going to turn up, Jake?
Not at the start. We'll be looking at towards Christmas or something, probably by him, wouldn't you?
So Tuesdays, you've got Sean Kelly Tuesday. That's the fucking star attraction.
Aye, Sean Kelly. He's the man with the moves.
So what's the plans for Tuesday then?
Well, I'm bringing Joseph, so I don't know if Sean Kelly's the kind of environment.
Yeah, have you got a day off, Joe? You off all day?
Half day. I'm a half day work. I finish with 12:30.
12:30. So you'll both be in Dublin for 2:00, 1:30, 2:00.
I've been there for about probably 1, 1:30. I'm just going to go straight for work, get a shower at work, take a half day, go to meet Sean. But there's a guy called Gary Lawler, Reb's session in Kennedy's for 3:00. So, and Sean's staying in a room above Kennedy's, and it's just five minutes walk for Tolka Park. So
right.
that's where we'd be going. Kennedy's, Cat and Cage, the Windmill. So they're the 3 pubs we went before the game anyway. So everybody will be heading to Kennedy's. You know, were you ever in Kennedy's? No, Jason's quite a big pub.
My geography of Dublin is pathetic, right? Because I know kind of my way about. Run about O'Connell Street, Temple Bar, run about there, Darky Kelly's and that kind of area. I can walk to all the places where the Brazen Head is and stuff like that. I can walk to all the places. I could walk to like Lansdowne Road, but that's about my whack. Everywhere else I could get taxis to, and I'm just hopeless. So,
well, Tolka's just down the road to Crook Park.
So, Harper, what was that pub? I met you outside. Remember that famous pub where Joe asked Donna, did she like the football, or should she just come in with me?
I was the Irish Townhouse.
Townhouse.
My famous moment. Well, that's probably what endeared Donna to me. My genuine
like that. That's miles away. That's the other side of the fucking river. That's the south. That's on the south side, though.
Right.
No, so Drumcondra, the fucking. It's just Jason. You would walk to Crook Park in about what, Joe? 10, 15 minutes.
From Kennedy's?
For Tolka, aye.
Kennedy's to Tolka, 10, 15 minutes, that's a stretch.
To Croker?
Oh, the Kroger.
Aye.
Oh, aye. So from Toker Park to Kroger, about 15 minutes.
Because I've dropped the Hill 16 before that pub.
That's further on.
That's the other side.
Further
Right?
on down
other
Dorset
side,
Street.
right? So it's the other side, right?
That's further on down Dorset Street, below the bridge.
Right. So I've got a rough idea where that is going.
No, you don't.
Right. Kennedy's used to have the Celtic Sports Club in there. Me and Joe actually it was at the
5-1 game at Ibrox.
5-1 game. Jason, that was the day you were fucking doing live for fucking the Crucible for the fucking practice room, and then remember in the final you were out in the fucking room before the game and all that. That was that weekend, Joe. Aye. So that's a big pub. It's traditionally more a GA pub, like, which most of the pubs wouldn't be there, but it's got to be heaving. So anybody listening to this, we'll be in there 3 o'clock. Well, probably before 3 o'clock, but there's Ramble session there for 3 o'clock right up to kick off. 6 o'clock kick off, by the way. So we've been there for a couple of hours. Then we'll head up to ground early enough and get in the outside bar and all that. Like,
6 o'clock's perfect for a fucking kick-off, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to it. Do you know what was weird?
Because I know meant to be about a heat wave next week, but no here. But you probably will get it.
It's been hot as fucking Jason, fucking Satan's jackstrap around here. It's fucking
Aye, for the last few weeks, fucking roasting. You know what was weird? I don't know if you probably saw Shamrock Rovers played Hibs 2 nights ago, which was really fucking weird, like, because Rovers put out a reserve team. None of the first team played, like, do you know what I mean? And they beat Hibs 1-0. And there was only like 2,500 at the game. But they fucking, what a weird time to have the game, because the league shuts down after this Friday for a couple of weeks for teams that are in Europe to prepare for Europe, right? So there's qualifiers start next week for Derry and Pats. Shells and Rovers then go on to the next round, so they had a couple of weeks without games, so that's why it makes sense to play a friendly. For Rovers to play a friendly the other night was fucking mental, so they obviously put out their second string team at no fucking Hibs, do you know what I mean? And beat them 1-0. There was only a couple of thousand at the game, whereas I think Talker Park sold it for next week's for about 6,500, something like that.
I got
it's a good day, like.
I got seats in that family stand, that newsstand.
Aye.
It looks good. Looks really good.
Nah, it'll be good crack. Like, I'm looking forward to just meeting Sean and Joe on the day out, like, more than the actual fucking football match. They're fucking friendly, you know yourself.
Aye.
Oh, and then obviously an added bonus, my fucking mate's going to be the manager.
That's right. Talk about that.
Aye, so my mate.
Can we talk about that? We learn talk about that.
Of course, can we talk about it? He's the fucking manager. What do you mean? Like, my mate years, like, and he was a captain of Shells, he played for Bows, he played for Pats, he played for Sport Bingle, he played for West Ham. He's under 20s head coach. So when they sacked Julie O'Brien last week, they made Lorcan, offered Lorcan the interim job, just out of the blue. So fucking he went running out the work. He watching me like, no, he got the phone call, went running out the work. Had to head in, so he's not been in work since. He's got a couple of weeks off. I was talking to him last night and he says to me, I think I should still be in charge for the game on Tuesday. So they must have somebody lined up coming in pretty quick. But he says, I think I might still be managing Tuesday, but hopefully he is. So a big fucking thing for him to say that he managed against Martin O'Neill, obviously, before he goes back to the under 20s. But it's going to be good to see him I'll see him tomorrow night. I'm going to the Dundalk game tomorrow night, but it'd be good to see him on the touchline fucking against Celtic. Like, no, that's something he'll never fucking forget in his life.
That's class.
Yeah.
But also, League of Ireland football is fucking insane.
Yeah. No, listen, it's great atmosphere at Talker Park. Like, it's the best atmosphere in the league, but like people maybe argue different, but if they're being honest, it easily is. So, good crack.
Right, so we've done enough fucking doom. We've done 49 minutes of doom and gloom and fucking absolute expunging the negativity that is.
Oh, get the fucking bagpipes out.
That's it. Here we go. Let's talk to our correspondent in Boston, Irwilly.
Sniper to Piper.
Get Butler's in the chat. Get him on.
Get Butler on. Get in here, Butler. I'll send you the link now in a second if you're available. So anyway, so over the years, I'm not going to say you've chastised the Tottenham Army, but you've definitely he's definitely had some negative views perspective from the Tartan Army.
That's putting it mildly, Joe.
Down the years.
Chastises would have been good.
Just to show he's not prejudiced, he hates all Celtic fans as well. So, like, you know, he's spread no bigotry here.
It's quite a broad church of people to hate. I mean, so anyway, give us from the start of do you want to do this to you coming back to us and going here. By the way, it was amazing.
What you want me to tell you everything?
Aye.
Well, the reason it started was a couple of weeks before it. My big mate Gary in Vancouver sent me a text and says, "Look, mate," he says, "just to let you know, I've got you a ticket for the Haiti game. Me and Big Martin and another lad from Vancouver, they're all Scottish, are flying out to Boston. We've got the hotel sorted and we've got you a ticket." I'm like, fuck's sake, I had no intentions of going to it. No, never even crossed my mind. I'm like, that cost a fucking fortune, blah, blah. So I was like, all right. I said to Linda, she's like, bloody hell, fucking you should date it. She says, Gary, fucking the best mate. I've not seen him for years. But I've not seen Gary for, I don't know, 4 years. So it was, where were we? Celtic, I can't remember who Celtic were playing. I think it was cup final. And it was a cup final. And so I just looked at flights. So the game was on a Saturday. So I looked at minimising the amount of days after work. So I looked at flying on the Friday and back on the Monday night. So I'd be home on the Tuesday. I couldn't fucking believe it. The flights were direct flight from Gatwick to Boston was 680 quid at JetBlue. So looked at the EasyJet flights doing and get one each way for 50 quid. So I was like, fucking 780. I'm like, much spending money do you need? Because I fucking couldn't really afford it. And I'm saying to myself, 600-700 quid would be enough. I'm like, I've got that. So I says, fuck it, I'm going to book. So I tell him, he's like, yeah, beauty. So a couple of days before I'm leaving, wakes up, he's in Vancouver, I get a big text from him. You're not going to believe this, Jason, I've just checked, my passport's ran out. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's still got a British passport, he's been there fucking 20 years, but he's never took Canadian citizenship, he's got permanent residency. So he was on to the British consulate, all that. He was even going to fly home to get an emergency appointment. And it turns out they only give emergency appointments out if you're a British resident. So they wouldn't do an emergency appointment. So they could give him an emergency travel pass, which would allow him to fly. So he could fly back to the UK. He could even fly into America if his ESTA was still valid. And the daft cunt had been to the Celtic convention in Vegas last year, but his ESTA had ran out in December. So in order to get an ESTA, it's all that biometrics you need on your passport. So he couldn't get an ESTA without the passport. So he was totally fucked. Tried everything, 3 days, fucking going to consulates, getting appointments here, there, trying everything. And because there's been occasions folk were saying to me, I lost my passport and I was in Australia and went to the British consulate in Australia and they got me a new one in a couple of days. But they'd lost it. But his had ran out. There must be different rules if it's ran out or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, he couldn't go, so I was fucking devastated. So that was the only reason I booked. But I'm mates with Big Martin, his pal anyway. Big Martin listens to the show. So him and another boy were coming. And so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going now. So anyway, gets the flight out and I'd fucking massive fucking reservations with a start army. I said, I can't be fucked with them. So I've got into Glasgow airport and it was fucking mobbed. Every country, big fucking daft feathers with their hats and all that. I'm like, oh God. And fucking, I'd say the majority kilts on, right? I'm like, fucking hell. I just don't fan here at all. So I'm just fucking keep myself to myself. Fucking gets through the thing, makes it down to the flight, sits on the flight, and I'm at the window, and two guys plump down next to us. A guy, Steve, and a guy, Scott. So gets blaring away to them, both of them Aberdeen fans, but transpires one of them lives in Glasgow, the other one lives in St Andrews. Massive Dons fans. So I get blaring away to them, the trolley dolly came, so I shouted around them, go to them a drink. It was fucking weird as fuck. So they were sitting right next to me on the EasyJet flight. So I'm like, what flight is on out to Boston? Because loads of folk were going fucking everywhere, flying from Gatwick to Amsterdam, and like there was folk going every fucking which way you could imagine to get there. Because they'd all booked it up months before, and there must have been hardly any flights. So they were all doing like 4 and 5 flights to get there to keep the cost down. And they're like, we're on that JetBlue flight. I says, I'm on the same flight as you. So we get to Gatwick. They'd booked in a lounge. I says, I'm just going to fuck about here. Went and get something to eat, sort it about myself. And then went to the Witherspoons, and I'm walking down towards the Witherspoons, and all you could see was feathers. Just fucking feathers sticking in the sky. Fucking head down, gets a pint, sits down. And I looked round, and there was 6 guys sitting there, just fucking dressed normal, shorts, trainers on, fucking Lacoste polos and stuff like that. I says, fuck, at least some of the Scotland fans are fucking normal. And then they get something, I heard them talk, they were just 6 English guys going on a holiday. So I'm like, right. So the flight gets called, fires down onto the flight. Fucking Steve and Scott are sitting in the exact 2 seats next to me. Fucking. So that JetBlue was brilliant. Never flew before. Free swally all the way there. Fucking just kept bringing the nibbles and that. The fucking drinks trolley never stopped. But there was this big fucking. She was like Jackie Brown on steroids. You know the film Jackie Brown.
Right.
Her name was Barbie, right? She was fucking brilliant. So she just kept walking by. I'm like, Barbie, any chance of another couple of beers? She's like, yeah, no problem. How many do you want? I says, 3 for us. I says, bring 6 if you can. Yeah, no problem. She gets the 6 beers, dude. So we're sitting there, and then, so 8 beers were finished, needed another couple. So Scott went up, and then brought 2 down and a vodka seltzer or something. I'd never even tried them before. I think seltzer just soda water. But anyway, they call it cans of seltzers. And he says, there's no beer left. I'm like, you're fucking kidding. So I went up and seen Big Barbie. She says, no, you've drunk the beer dry. She says, I'm going to make an announcement. Next thing she goes on the thing, says, and typical fashion, what we've been reading in the news, you Scots, you've drunk the plane out of beer. She says, but don't worry, we've got plenty of gin, we've got plenty of vodka, so we'll be keeping these going all the way to Boston. And fucking everybody's like, yo. so that was it, just fucking vodka seltzers all the way there. And these were delicious, right? I don't even really drink vodka, but so it's the canny seltzer, but that Barbie was only put a wee drop in, so the vodka miniature, that. And then they've got these wee sachets of like lemon or lime crystals, and you just pour them in. Obviously, it just does difference if putting a lemon or lime in it, but gave it a right wee good taste. So drinking them all the way there. So I said to that Stephen Scott, I says, I'm going to a pub to meet my mates, and I says, a couple of boys from Boston, I'm going to go in this boozer. I says, do you want to come to the pub with us? They're like, I'll jump a taxi with you. So they came with us, and that was it. Out at the pub, Big Martin and that was waiting us. Then Quinny and all that came in, Big Macca. A couple of guys I worked with, they were getting the bus up. They were on the news. They were on a bus from New York up to Boston, and it broke down in the motorway. Craig sent us a fucking news article. It was funny as fuck. This Americans like that. These guys were unbelievable. The amount they were drinking in the bus, and it was 100 degrees, and they had to wedge the window of the bus open on the motorway because they couldn't move. And this American says, they treated him like a brother. Craig's like, that guy was a fucking arsehole. He was raging with us on the bus. But he's obviously took the limelight, and he's probably phoned the TV crew to come to his house because all the Scotland fans were getting all the fucking plaudits and everything. So, by the who's fidgeting in the background? There's fucking somebody doing fucking housework or something. Who is it?
It's not
That's maybe me.
Oh, you, aye, right.
Because I'm on my phone.
Aye, stick it on mute. But aye, so that was a Friday night, and then so it was a Saturday. We were going to the game, so with a right good bucket on the Friday night. Party Central, Scotland fans everywhere. So I was like, alright, this isn't bad. So wakes up the next day in the hotel. Hotel was just mobbed with Scotland fans. Gets ready, goes and gets something to eat. And then we were in the first train down to Boston. Gets to Boston South Station. Fucking hell, there was thousands there. I mean, thousands. There was not that many Haitians. But they were all dead nice and everything. But everybody was right well behaved. And see the heat as well, and they were telling you weren't allowed to drink on the trains. You could have took a fucking Uzi 9mm lot on their train with you and they'd let you on just because they were letting Scotland fans away the head. But nobody had carry-outs or that. So we weren't drinking all the way down to the stadium, just bottles of water. It was boiling. Gets to the stadium early and finds a bar just overlooking the Gillette Stadium. And we'd got there early enough that we get seats outside, waitress service. And I walked around the corner and Gus, that lives in my state, his son Ross lives out in Dubai. He's a member of Dubai CSC. Him and a guy, Michael from Bodle, were sitting there. He's like, Jason. So shout at his hour. 3 us, they 2. And then there's the 2 boys from Aberdeen with 2 of their mates. There was another 4 of them. So it was a big squad. He's just sitting there for hours, getting food, getting drink, delivered to the table. And we kind of were out the road with all the Tartan Army because they were all like doing tailgating and all sorts. And we were just kind of sitting overlooking the stadium, fucking getting fed food and drink and everything. And every second round they were bringing pints of water. So ideal. We were there for about 4 hours and left about an hour and a quarter before the game. And walks down and then walks around the stadium and it just hits you the amount of Scotland fans there. It was fucking unbelievable. I'd say about 80% of the stadium Scotland fans. And loads of Irish as well, guys with Ireland taps on walking in. They're like, fuck, we weren't missing this. There was a couple of guys from Derry, they'd booked to go, were wearing their Ireland taps. Getting in and it was just fucking incredible. And you could have bunked in easy. There wasn't even any turnstiles. You just go to the front and somebody just scanned your phone because the tickets came in your phone and they only actually get delivered to your phone like about 2 hours before the game. So you're sitting there and you've got the ticket there, but it's not activated. Then everybody just get pinged and everybody's like, "Did you get your ticket?" Aye, blah, blah. So gets in and I think we're sitting there 4 hours getting food and drinks. I think the round for us all was like $80, and that was giving the lassie like $100 tip. And gets into the stadium, and fucking folks selling drink everywhere, guys going about with caps. 4 Budweiser in the stadium was $80. It was like, it was about 18 each, $72 for 4 Budweisers. And but you're buying it, ain't you? So you could just fucking. There was a bar just at the back of the row where we were sitting. Did you watch that Slaney's video that he did? That vlog that he did?
No.
Like, see where he's sitting? I must have been about 5 rows in front of him, just at the left-hand side. He was just right at the exact same section as me. So I didn't even see him. But that was it. Sin gets to a seat. Atmosphere in the stadium was unbelievable. The national anthem, Flower of Scotland, fucking blew me away, man. It was fucking wild. And there was all Haitians next to us. They were cool as fuck. They were bang on, had their kids with them and all that, all dead nice. And it was just a right good atmosphere. The game was pish, but obviously Scotland won and we were all fucking delighted. So after the game, there was 5 trains in the way there. We were in train A, and there was over 1,000 in each train. So in the way back, you didn't have a designated train, so it was a free-for-all. So the game finishes, I think the game what time did the game kick off at here? Was it like 2 in the morning?
11, no?
No, it's 3 in the morning, was it? 3?
No, it was as late as that?
I think it was 2 in the morning. I think
it was 2.
I think it was 9 at night over there when the game kicked off, right?
It was 2 because I came back from Liverpool and I had to sit for like an hour and a half or something.
Aye. So the game over there was at 9 o'clock. So we've obviously fucking stayed to the end, and then fucking clapped the team and fucking the music and all that at the end was brilliant. Everybody was bouncing. So I said to them, I says, listen, let's just forget getting that, because the trains were running like to beyond time to get everybody back to Boston. So I says, let's just get back to that boozer we were in. and just drink there for a few hours, and then we'll no need to queue up, because by all accounts, the queues for the train were like 3 hours after the game, right? And it was still boiling. So we ends up back in that Patriot Place, and it was nowhere near as busy as it was before the game. And another thing, when we left the pub walking to the game, there was guys with big buckets of ice selling beer. So we were just buying beer after them, and it's illegal to drink in the streets in Massachusetts, like state law. Fucking letting us away with murder, man. State troopers, man, you're getting photos of them, taking their hats off them and all, you're storing with bottles of beer. Oh, you enjoy the game, boys, and all that. It's fucking brilliant. So after it, we goes back into that Patriot Place, and then goes into a boozer. The place is absolute jumping, so fucking Party Central, all the songs going every day. Fucking the Americans were just fucking loving it, because there was a few like neutrals, like Americans, who'd get tickets. And one guy in a Liverpool tapo, he got fucking destroyed, man. He didn't know what fucking day it was. And why did you guys not like Liverpool?
That'd be a cop-out cunt.
The boys from Aberdeen are fucking pissing themselves. But so we stayed in there to fucking 2 in the morning, 2:30, fucking on tappy tables and everything. The place was fucking going berserk. And then we started out of there and fell down to the train station, just walked right on one of the last trains, right on it, fell asleep and got back to Boston at 3 in the morning. And that was it. And then gets back to the digs, starving. Big Martin phones an Uber for Just Eat for McDonald's. Fucking me and the big dog boy fell asleep. Fucking woke up, was about fucking 30 quid's worth of McDonald's lying unopened in the room. But so the next day was probably the best laugh, right? So we'd arranged to meet Butler. So Sean, did you get him on? No, he's not come on.
He's on the chat. He's on the chat, but he's not coming on.
Sean came and got us, right? Or no, he met us. We went to Union Oyster House. I'd been there before with Linda to get oysters and fucking seafood, clam chowder, not brilliant. Walked in, the guy had a Celtic tap on. I'm like, all right, mate, hell. He's like, all right. And Butler, when he came in, he knew him. He did some Celtic podcast. If you can put it on the chat, he knew the boy for somewhere. I didn't know who the guy was. But anyway, we leaves there, and then we went a wee pub crawl. So he walks into this place, Dirty Nelly's. Butler says when he was on the drink, that was his favourite pint of Guinness. So he walks in there and gets her out. There was no air conditioning in this place. All the other pubs had air conditioning. This was a fucking sweat box. So he walks in there and standing at the bar, getting the pint up. There's one guy at the right, he's sitting, he's selling, an older guy, maybe in his 60s. And he's like, all right, boys, what that? How you doing? All right. You at the game? He's like, I was at the game. It was shite, wasn't it? I'm like, what? He's like, oh, game was shite. I'm like, aye, it was shite, but we won. I says, fucking happy days. I says, what a day out. It was fucking outstanding. He's like, aye, maybe it was just me then, because I was myself, you know, and I gets down there and it was all busy and I couldn't get a drink anywhere. And I said, oh fuck, we were sitting outside in the balcony overlooking the stadium, fucking guzzling all day. And he's like, oh, I remember it was just me. And then after it, I couldn't get on the trains and I couldn't get an Uber. And I ended up paying £200 on a taxi myself. I'm like, oh, that's a Syrian, man, aye. I says, what team do you support? He's like, Rangers. I'm like, oh, here we fucking go. I says, how do you think it's going to go? I says, oh, things are cyclic. He says, I'm sure we'll be back sometime. I says, aye, but you'll be back by that time. Don't worry about that, pal. The boy was fucking, the guy was fucking, Butler doesn't drink right. He's on the flare fucking laughing like fuck. I've just fucking, this old guy. Then I said to the old guy, because this is us, we're going to the baseball that night. We're doing that big tap and having me walking. So, say to the guy, so what time's your flight home at? Oh, it's in 2 hours. I says, oh fuck, we're out an all day shot here and we're going to the baseball and that. I says, so fucking have a good flight home, mate. I'll see you later. And I hope fucking that cycle fucking turns for you a bit quicker than I think it's gone. And the fucking guy's like, yeah, fucking bastard. Aye. So then went to another couple of pubs. Everyone was jumping, all the songs going. Then we We got an Uber round to that, where that walk was for Back Bay to Fenway. Fucking unbelievable. Fucking about 10,000. That led with all the pipes, getting down there, getting cheered with all the fucking Bostonians. It was fucking mental. Gets down to the stadium, police everywhere, and they're all cuddling us and all that. Fucking, I had a Nets hat on. Loads of them Harper getting it. Fucking fuck New York. No. Then they're getting it. Then I says, Yankees, suck yeah, brother. We both fucking hate those cunts. Fucking. And,
I said Bill Buckner came up a few times.
Oh, I mentioned him a few times. I fucking get the growls for them. But then we gets in the stadium and the fucking place was mobbed, and it was like a Scotland Fip again. Just the songs going fucking, and the DJ wasn't daft, man, playing Loch Lomond and everything. They Bostonians didn't know what hit them. It's even the players. But one funny bit was, so we're sitting there, so me and Big Martin and that, and my mate Phil Gallagher that lives in Boston, he came in front of us, and he'd a guy that was pally with our John years ago, a boy Andy Provins, a blue nose. So he was sitting there, and one of the guys with us was a blue nose. So they're sitting there. So we're not fucking saying much, right? Big Phil, we're talking about Celtic and all that, but not really much. So next thing, one of the Texas Rangers players get fucking pitched out. He's fucking struck out. So he's walking back to the dugout. Fucking, there's about 20 troopers sitting behind me. They already started singing, "Walking away, the Rangers way, walking away." Buckled, man. And see, we were in the good seats behind home plate. Like, this was where all the atmosphere was. But it was buzzing, man. You were walking out into the concourse and everybody's fucking in tappy ledges all singing like fucking. Nobody knew what was going on with the baseball, right? But at the end, the Red Sox had a chance to bring it back. They get beat 5-3, and they lost at the end. So we're walking out, and there was two old guys with the walking sticks. I went out to them, and I says, "Here, buddy," I says, "where does that rank in your times at Fenway?" I says, "You must have been coming here a lot of years." Oh, guys, listen, son, I've seen us win World Series. I've seen us win the lot. He says, "I've seen us lose." He said, "I've seen fucking everything here. That's the fucking best night I've ever fucking had in Fenway in my life." Fucking, you guys, you Scots are fucking magic, man. Fucking, you have to come here every fucking week. Oh, he's like, they loved it, man. They just fucking loved it. It was just, and then, so we headed back into Boston, get a fucking, another night in the tiles, and fucking unbelievable. And then the final day, the Monday, that was one of the best days out drinking. Sean took us down to Southie, seen all the murals and whatever. And then in Whitey's pub, this old guy from Ireland, I hit the bar, and he says, "Fucking the tap man made drunk his pub dry," and it's away out the road in Southie. And it was class. Quinny came and met us, and then brought me off back up the centre. I had my bag, Big Martin, and I went and got a flight to Vancouver. And I went and met the boys from Aberdeen. They ended up sitting in the exact same seats next to me in the White Game as well. It was incredible, man. And just, unbelievable. We went back into that Dubliner, and Big Macca for Boston, and his mates come in, and me and the boys from Aberdeen. And the place was jumping, everybody's singing like fuck. And all the DJs got all the Scottish music on, and everyone Loch Lomond and everyone, fucking bits and pieces, and everybody's just fucking graphing up. And I see these two couples standing outside, just looking in awe, right? And they kept looking out at our table. The two guys and two lassies, and they were just obviously American. I says, "Fuck this." Went out and I said to him, I says, "Listen," I says, "you want to come and join us? Do you guys mind?" And I was like, "No, I'll come and join the party." So they came out, stuck their drinks down, and they're just, "You guys are fucking unbelievable. We don't even come out in Boston on a Monday. This is unheard of. But we knew you guys were in town. We fucking had to come and see some of this. And you do not disappoint. We've been watching you guys in the news all fucking week." And they just fucking, the two lassies end up losing the plot, man, jumping about dancing with all country kilts and everything. But it was fucking hard to put any words, man. Just fucking mental, and not a bit of bother. Everybody well behaved, just fucking. And you seen a couple of things in the huddle board saying Celtic fans get booed. There was fucking Celtic taps everywhere. Never seen one Rangers shirt. Obviously there've been Rangers fans there, but but nobody really spoke about what kind of team he supported. It was just, I met more folk for Dundee and Aberdeen than anywhere, I would say.
I was going to ask you that, Jason. Was there much chat about the domestic stuff, or that's just all patched?
Well, I was doing all that talk like, just when I'm getting blathered with folk. And the two guys for Aberdeen, I said to them, club or country, what would you take? And they says, Aberdeen first, without a doubt. Only met one or two people that said, I would take Scotland winning a former club. I think they were like Montrose fans or something like that. Or everybody else said with their club they would take first, but it's still working away towards Scotland. There was tons were American and Canadian based Scots that were there as well. Loads. But, tons flying as well. On our flight back, when we got to Boston Airport on the Monday night, we just fucking awash with Scottish fans. Everybody was fucking spewing because they were getting home. Some of them actually says their mates and just juked the flight and says, fuck it, we're staying. It was interesting seeing the train the way down to the game with loads of folk, getting blaring with folk. And some of them were like proper tap army, go everywhere. Talk to this lassie. She's actually been on the TikTok videos. Did you see the ones folk were picking lassies up with one arm with a kilt and carrying them? Did you see one of the videos going about? No. So she was one of the lassies that was getting done down in Miami. She's like to us, how long are you here for? We're like, here on Monday night. She's like, staying? We're like, no. She's, fuck it. She said, I took a fucking month off. I says, how much it cost? I says, how much it cost? She says, fucking, I've got a credit card here. I'm not giving a fuck. She says, I'm not going here till we get beat. She says, I'm fucking here for the duration. She says, in fact, me and a boy that I'm our way, she says, we're heading down. We've got a flight down to New Orleans for 2 nights and then back to Boston for the next game. I'm making the nest of this. And you were just, loads of them are like that. No, they just fucking must have saved up fucking 4 years and just fucking, that's what they live for, going to watch Scotland, So it was a total fucking eye-opener, but I fucking loved every minute. And I'd do it all again in the morning. It was immense. And what I'm telling you is just scratching the surface. There was 100 other things happened, and it was just so good. And I mean, it was expensive. The thing that killed me was, see the match tickets, and there was loads of folk there with families and that I was saying to him, he's going to the game, and they're like, can't I afford it? Got the kids here, we're just watching the fan zone. You felt fucking terrible for them. They didn't even try to get tickets because it was just too expensive. You were getting the odd ticket that was popping up that was cheap, but the section I was in, face value it was the, I don't know what level, it was level 1, but it was like Group 1 or something, the lower level, the dearest seats. But they were lucky. It was a lassie who'd come out the draw like last year, and she lived in Vancouver, and she'd come out for the Scotland Haiti game. She got 4 tickets and gave them to Gary and Big Martin at face value. So it was £310. But those seats from FIFA, like 2 days before it, they released some, and they were 620 quid. FIFA were charging double with that dynamic pricing. So, and then loads of folk were buying them out of the third-party sites that put their commission on as well. So they were paying like 700-800 quid. You're out there with a couple of kids. Fucking hell, you're not paying that. It was wild the amount of money folk had paid for tickets, and if you're there for the duration. But some of the ones that were in the top army and stuff like that, they were getting their tickets like 60, 100 quid. Because they were getting the cheap ones that was officially for the Scotland fans. But there was very few and far between in that. Most folk were just paying through the nose. But the transport to that train was $80, whereas if you're going to watch a New England Patriots, it was $16. So that and the price to get in. Then we went to baseball. I got the tickets for that because they bought the match tickets and the hotel. So that was $500 for the 4 baseball tickets. And I got the train tickets just to make up the difference. So it was still fucking a couple of grand sort of thing for 4 days, but no mental amounts you hear some folk have been paying, do you know what I mean? But as I say, I was only there 4 days. But it was fucking incredible. Just so good. And no negatives at all about it. I'd like Butler to come on, obviously he can't come on, but see if you get him on one time for an Irish perspective that was there in the middle of it, what he would think of it, because it was fucking so good, man. They've left some impression in that city. I reckon any Scottish person that ever goes to Boston walks about with a Scotland tattoo, just because that Stokeman asking us if they can get photos took place and all that. None of us had kilts on or anything, but the ones with kilts on, fucking hell, they were doing some damage with the young Boston. Jesus Christ! Oh, fucking the young lads.
What's under that kilt? Happiness is under that kilt, baby. Happiness is under that kilt.
But Jason, I was in a couple of the groups on Facebook just to soak in some of the crack, like, and it just seemed to be mostly middle-aged fucking women trying to find fucking Scotsmen to fucking marry them, like, no.
Harper, you've no idea. You've
Mental.
no idea. They were honestly gangs of them.
I should have been there.
It was madness. It was absolute madness. You in your prime would, oh fuck, you'd decide. Honestly, I mean, have you not been following the love story with the lassie that funded the guy? It's been all on Facebook. I'll send you the link to it. Right, this lassie, she went on and done this mad post. This might sound crazy, she says, but I was at the bait. I don't know if it was at the baseball, or she was at the game, or she was in a bar. She says, but I met this guy and I've kind of lost contact with him, but he's away to Miami now, and I didn't get his phone number. And she put his name out and stuff like that, and his mates have fucking tagged him in it. And the next thing, he's no get his flight back to Scotland. He's flew back to Boston, and it's him and her fucking dating the rounds all the boozers in Boston. That's the an item now. And fucking, she's giving the full love story. There's fucking hundreds of folk following it. Like, on you go. She's like, fucking hell. Aye, honest to God. Fucking, it was, you couldn't even put it into words.
Big man blocked his way into a green card. Good stuff.
Do you know what I was thinking about as well? Like all the amount of people, Bostonians, saying they're going to Scotland on holiday next year. They just got.
I see that.
But
They're going to like 10 fucking days over there.
But they're going to arrive. They're going to arrive just thinking the streets have just got to be full of attack army. They're in for a flight. They're in for a flight.
There's cunts spraying with bagpipes every fucking way you go. I mean, it's just
Where's all the cunts with kilts? Where's all the kilts?
Have you been following that guy, Uncle Fern, on the couch?
Yeah. After you sent us that rant where he looked like he was going to have a fucking aneurysm about the Red Sox, I started following him after that.
Did you watch it? Did you watch his rants with the Scots when he was out drinking all that, guys? Cans and all that. Oh, fucking honest to God. And it's like, if you felt, I'm not into fucking nationalism and any of that shit, right? But you did feel proud to be Scottish. See, when you were there, see how much the Bostonians just loved us. And it was like, I mean, see, at night, I was lit up one night and I'd lost everybody. And I was trying to get an Uber, and none of them, they kept cancelling on me. And I'm like, fuck's sake. And there was a cop standing there. He's like, what's up, buddy? And I says, I'm trying to get an Uber. He says, if you can't get it, we'll drop you. Fucking, and then at that, the boy accepted it. And next thing, the Uber just turned up. The fucking cops were going to put me in the car and drop me off at the hotel. Fucking, they're just fucking, it was insane.
Is there something about that kind of Celtic, Gaelic, Boston fucking connection that kind of fucking made that a bit more of a fucking smoother transition for everybody?
Aye, there was something there, Joe. It was, but see, I'm sure the Irish would be exactly the same. Do you know, it'd be the same kind of daftness and whatever. And obviously, I ripped the piss out of them and say, fucking idiots, do my boxing and all that. But see, when you're in the middle of it all, you just get caught up in it. And it was all just good-natured fun, and there was no fucking...
You can't beat people having a fucking good time.
Oh,
for
mate,
the sake of having a fucking good time.
It was incredible.
Which makes me wonder, like, see the England fans, obviously the England fans aren't doing their fucking shit in America because they'll get shot in the face, right? But see all that gammon shit where they just get the guy in red, you're going like, why the fuck would you waste your energy doing that shit? What are you going to do in Scotland, do in Ireland, do? Go, fuck, that's boogie.
See, to be honest with you, Joe, right, I felt a bit guilty because we were fucking poisoning the barman. The English are coming, get them to fuck, and we're like, fucking, they said, don't you worry, we kicked them out 250 years ago, we'll do the same again, and all. Coming out of all this shit, the English, when they were there, didn't cause any trouble whatsoever. We're doing the exact same shite the Scottish fans were doing and get fucking pubs shut in front of their faces. You were like, oh, because I don't think the English have been up to any fucking shenanigans either. You know, just they've obviously got a different humour for us. But
see, to be honest, I was thinking about that, Jason. Like all the head cases wouldn't have gone to America anyway.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And then it's that kind of place where there was never going to be a lot of trouble in fucking America because you're either going to get shot or flung into jail. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. And like your kind of England away support is a bit more new, like the old Barmy Army that follow the cricket and stuff like that, you know.
Aye, with the brass band and all that shit.
Aye, all dressed up as fucking Knights of the Round Table and pish like that.
Knights of St. Knee.
Aye, fucking
Longshanks.
That's my pals.
There is segue. How's England?
Sorry about them.
But aye, it was just it was really fucking hard to put any words. And it was, I'll tell you another thing. See, I was doing it in London at the weekend there, and obviously, see, before Scotland were fucked out, they had a chance to get through. And see if they'd go to Boston. I was saying to Linda, I'm fucking selling a kidney to get back earlier. I'd have got a flight. See if Scotland had go through and go to Boston again, I'd have been back earlier. You couldn't have missed that. It was fucking too good. Doesn't matter how many days you've got left on this earth. See if that happened again, you had to fucking go. See, when you witnessed it once, you're like, it's fucking. I would actually go and see them abroad too. See, after that laugh, it was fucking incredible. I don't know what it would be like. See, if you just went to a fucking random Scotland game abroad in Europe. I don't think it would be anywhere near the same. You know,
Jason, see the boys from Aberdeen. Like you said, you weren't doing too much on the club football, but like, did you have much in common with them? Was it easy enough to get on with?
Totally. I said to them, I says, they fucking hated Rangers, hated them, right? And I says, obviously, you want Hearts to win the league. They says, aye. I says, we probably did, but he says, as long as they didn't win it, he says, it was a 50-50 between you and Hearts. He says there was a bit of us probably weren't used to win it. You didn't want another team. Because obviously we're thinking we're bigger than Hearts, so we kind of didn't want them to win it. They fucking despised Rangers. But they were mad into Aberdeen. You know, the two of them are like, because they've not got season tickets, but they're members. It says Aberdeen's got a thing, because there's loads of Aberdonians don't live in Aberdeen, so they've not got season tickets. So they pay 20 quid a month or something like that, and all the money just goes into the club. They've got ways that they contribute. And they always get first shot at tickets, and if they get to Hampden, they'll get a ticket, etc. All that kind of stuff. But aye, the two of them had season tickets for they were kids. But the boy Steve that lives in Glasgow, still keep in contact. I'm going to meet up with him for a couple of beers. It was funny. He said to me, "Where do you come from?" I was like, "Wishy," and his usual fish. And he's like, "My wife's uncle knows you," and I'm like, "How?"
Of course.
She says, "He was your priest." I'm like, what? She says, aye, my wife, Monica, her uncle's father, Jerry McGuinness. I says, oh, aye. He was a priest at St. Ignatius. So he phoned him up and he says, aye, tell Jason I'm asking for him. Tell him I'm gutted I can't be earlier. Aye, so he's, his wife, all his wife's side of the family are all Celtic daft. So maybe that helped these fucking hatred of the Rangers. But bang on. It sound, honestly, them and their two mates for Aberdeen, there's 4 guys from Aberdeen we were kicking about with quite a lot. They were absolutely bang on. But just
good.
Scotland fans.
That's probably a support I've gone off quite a lot over the last few years, but obviously you can't judge everyone the same way. So I was quite interested how you got on with them.
Met a load of Dundee fans, quite a few guys with Dundee shirts on, and they obviously knew loads of my mates for Lockheed. One of the guys that was in the Black Rose or something like that, pub with Butler, he's talking away and he says, who do you know? And I was like, Holmesy, Kerr, I know them, but I don't know them that well. Do you know Burkie? I was like, aye. So I phoned Burkie and then put him on FaceTime and the boys like, how are you doing? Fucking these guys who got to Dundee. So aye, there was tons, you met fucking tons of folk. And met a couple of Motherwell fans, one guy, the Motherwell tap on in that Dubliner, and his mate, they were from the mains in Wisher. I tell him I was a Celtic supporter and that one. Sound guys, they were bang on.
Did you say you were in the Black Rose there? That's where I was drinking last year. I liked it in there.
Aye, we're in there. That was quite good. The Dubliner was better, but the Dubliner was the one where that was proper atmosphere. It's massive. Do you ever go to the Dubliner?
Yeah.
Aye, it's like if you walk out the Black Rose, walk up to where the big park is, you cross the park, and it's because that big park was where the fan zone was. I didn't get into that once, the fan zone.
Hey, well, listen, shout to the Dubliner for closing the day England played. Shout to
I
them.
know. We instigated that by their poisoning all the barmen. Fucking tipping them big and all. Tippy's big if you shot. Keep the tips rolling, boys.
But do you know what, Jason? Do you know what's brilliant about Boston? It's a bit like Glasgow. You can just walk about the city centre and all the pubs are just there. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like fucking having to travel all other place to go somewhere. It's just all there in walking distance.
I mean, but Southie's a very different experience to Boston, is it not, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, aye. And by the way, the bit where
it's like going to fucking Drum Chapel.
But see, this is the difference, Joe, right? Sean, where he parked, he's like, this was all the projects. He says, this is where like all the folk owned benefits lived and everything. Fucking cracking area. Let's say big motors parked outside, and houses look lovely. They've all been regenerated. Honestly, do you know I've hardly seen one homeless person in Boston?
Well, we said the same last year. Never seen one homeless person. And the cleanest city I've ever been in my life.
The streets are spotless. But funny enough, when me and Linda went at the time with Frankie and that, we did enjoy it, but it wasn't anywhere in like New York. I would have fucking New York.
I know, but Boston's it's got a peaceful vibe to it.
Well, it didn't have a peaceful vibe when I was there, I'll tell you. But
I know what you mean, Joe.
But that's you.
No, I'm talking about the Scotland fans. It was just fucking, it was ferocious. It was a bit. But
you're part of the vibe.
But the thing is, compared to New York, it's like a village.
Aye.
It's like a village. But see, after that experience, I would definitely go back now. Whereas I wouldn't really rush back there, if you know what I mean.
I went to Salem for the day. Take like
Harper did that. I never did that.
It's class, man.
No, I never done that.
Oh, I thought you were on
it. No, we were supposed to, but we ended up just staying in the pub. So
it's about 35 minutes on the train out, right? And you take like a witch trial tour around the town, and then you go to like a beer works and you get fucking play free pool. And you're drinking pumpkin beer, and it's a great crack. And like everybody's dead chill, relaxed.
Aye.
I was there half a day and I fell in love with it, man. Honestly, I fucking love the place. Like, definitely a bit of me.
And you've been in Dublin as well. You can get there cheap.
I know, aye.
But do you know what they done? But they made an absolute cunt of it. The city was trying to rip everybody off, right? See with hotel rooms and whatever. So a load of the Tartan Army. See Providence is in Rhode Island, and the stadium's like 45-minute drive south of Boston, right? And Rhode Island is about 45 minutes the other side here. So there was thousands of the Tartan Army stayed there, right? Because they'd looked into it and they'd said Boston the hotel prices were through the roof. So see, a couple of weeks before the tournament, hotel prices thirded in price because they weren't getting rid of them. So guys like me made it because you were booking up last minute. And I think most Scotland fans that went on a last minute thing, they actually get decent deals because there was flights available and the hotels were reasonable. See the guys that had all booked up like the year in advance, they get fucking the trousers took off them if it wasn't a free cancellation. Because they did try and bump fucking everybody with hotel rooms and it blew up in their face. Because loads of Scotland fans came from everywhere. They didn't know. So Boston was jumping, right? But there wasn't many, put it this way, there wasn't one pub that you couldn't get into. You know, you go in everywhere. They were all busy. They were all mobbed. A couple with queues outside. They queue for 5 minutes to get in, but you got in. But see if everybody had went there, it might have been different. Do you know what I mean? Because there was, say, many Scotland fans were there. There was, say, 60,000 at the game, and 80% of the game was Scotland fans, right? So you're talking fucking 50,000, well, 50 roughly. And then you're on about another 30,000 in the fan zone. So there must have been fucking 60, 70, 80,000 Scotland fans there or thereabouts in the Boston region, but they definitely all weren't staying in Boston because loads of them had booked wee towns outside it to save money. you know, because if they're there for the duration, whereas if the Boston hotels had just kept their prices normal, there would have been fucking multitudes in Boston, and it might have been a bit more chaotic, you know, no getting into places and whatever.
Did you see the thing about the national anthem, the first game, the Haiti game, about breaking the record?
Aye, well, fucking honestly, mate, it was fucking spine tingling. Even in
A
the
peak,
middle of
a peak of 125 decibels was recorded roughly 55 seconds into singing the Scottish national anthem, Flower of Scotland, the loudest crowd noise ever officially recorded at a World Cup match. Fucking
That's
and see, the thing is, there was no roof anywhere in that stadium.
aye.
You know, it wasn't as if that was keeping the noise in.
Aye.
The sound was getting away. What a stadium it is, but fuck being in there if it was raining. Fucking nowhere to go. You had to get into the concourse because fucking hell, totally the elements. Notice that American football was all played in the winter. It's a beautiful stadium, but see the screens and all, I see the noise when they're playing the music and all that through it. It's fucking incredible. It was absolute class. But I'm trying to think a couple of other things. But as I say, if everybody had stayed in Boston, it might have been a bit more chaotic. But although there was fucking tons of thousands there, every pub you get into, you know, it was no bother. It was like they were all mobbed. You weren't getting in and swaying about. And it was funny, see on some of the Tartan Army chats, there was like young guys posting 20-year-old and that. Am I going to be able to get any pubs? No, the answers for me, no way, not a chance. See, when I was in Boston, me and Linda were there. I don't know about you were there, Harper. Did you get ID'd in pubs?
No.
Well, we did, right? But no in any Irish pubs. See, when you just went into like normal American pubs, they just asked you to ID.
Tell a lie. We got ID'd. Sorry, tell a lie. I didn't get ID'd at the bar. We got ID'd going in.
Going
bouncers.
in,
Aye.
Right.
Sorry,
exactly, right.
Aye.
See there, fucking nothing. Fucking young team are in the lot. I'm like, these fucking get fucking alarm. They're all there. So I'm like, I'll go up and get a first round. Fucking. So they gave us a dough, went up and got them, tipped the thing, fucking, they're all fucking banging away. Next time they got a couple of pints in them right up. Barman's weren't giving a fuck. They were all getting over there shiting themselves, though they weren't going again. They all looked like 21, do you know what I mean? They weren't like 14 or anything. But
then the barman would have been used to fucking once you're in, then that you're obviously ID'd to get in, do that kind of way.
Aye. But they weren't like when me and Linda were there with the Mets, you get ID'd everywhere. You get ID'd at the baseball, but see at the Gillette Stadium and at the baseball. You don't with the guys walking about selling in the carts, they don't ID you. But see, you go to the kiosk and they only sell you 2 beers.
That's
you need
right.
to take it to the seat and the bag in there. But it was neat. So as I was going to say, the match tickets and the transport to the stadium was fucking over the top expensive, and the drink when you're in the baseball and when you're in the football was extortionate, right?
But Jason, you've been going for as long as I've been going to New York, see the Mets and all that. That's exactly that standard. That wasn't just done for the World Cup.
No.
That's there anyway. Like.
And the thing is, see the price of drink in the Gillette Stadium. It was the same as the price of drink in Fenway. It's just standard for American sports.
That's right.
They weren't letting folk off. If you're outside it and a guy's got a cart of beer with ice in it, he's selling it for $2 and $3. You know, just the same as anywhere else. But what I would say is in Boston, when you were in all the boozers and that, they didn't bump the prices up. Restaurants didn't bump the prices up. It was still it was equi-priced to Glasgow City Centre. You know, you were paying like $9-10 a pint of Guinness.
Remember that article Marty shared with us that some fucking journalist from the Nationals saying, I was there at the Haiti game, it was the worst experience of my life. The price of beer and the queues for beer, and I'm like, fuck, this is clearly a guy that's never been at a fucking stadium in America before. Because that's just what it's like anyway. You know
by the way, there was no queues. You walk straight up. I was sitting at the game, and there must have been 300 bars inside the stadium. So if there was a queue at one, just go to another one. Or there's a guy stoating about with a cart full of ice and beer. He just gives it straight away.
Aye.
You know, so if you're looking for something to moan about, there's plenty to moan about. But it wasn't cheap, right? But it wasn't like fucking over the top expensive. It was, you know, if you go away on a Celtic away European trip, you're Germany or whatever, something like that, you're kind of spending similar type money. It was.
I can remember fucking one of my first Mets games and the thing about getting ID'd in the stadium, and it was the same. It was one of those wee counters, and it was the same guy serving me every time, asked for the ID every time, and I said to him, "Why?" I said, "Surely you fucking must remember me. There can't be that many people coming up with a Scottish accent." He says, "Of course I remember." He says, "But if my supervisor sees me selling you a drink without asking for ID, he says I'm sacked him out the door."
Aye.
So I mean, it's the law. It's just the law. That's the way it is.
Aye. But I think in Boston, I think the police would even let them go and say the laws don't count for the next 4 days. Just do these work boys. It felt like that.
And they also rolled that back when the fucking Gammons rolled in.
Aye. Laws are back in place. Aye, it was incredible.
I think it's safe to say that Boston is a new county, at least, or some sort of Gaelic colony.
Did you see the video of the young fella with the Boston fucking governor? And he got that and gave it that brew. And he's like, get that fucking done you there. Fucking done you.
He was everywhere.
That guy, he's a Celtic supporter, him by the way. They said Celtic one as well.
He has charisma. Of course he is.
Aye.
Fucking done you.
She was class and all, wasn't she?
Aye.
Aye.
But Boston's twin with Glasgow now coming up, isn't that?
That's right. Aye, officially. And they gave away it's a goat one for Linda. See one of the Boston Red Sox Scotland taps. They gave away like 10,000. I was arguing with fucking guys on one of the tap and arm says you could only get them if you'd special tickets. I says, I fucking bought my tickets off MLB. I wasn't in the bleachers, and I says, I get 4 of them. So I says, fucking load of shite, guys like that. Well, you just got lucky. I says, oh, stop scaremongering. I says, Andy got them fucking. And then I messaged Big Phil who bought them for me, and I sent him the money. He says, no, I got you the special tickets. So I have to go back on and apologise to the guy. I'm awful sorry.
But see what? Fair play to the Red Sox as well, because they played a blinder, like. Do you know what I mean? They had it all set up, Scottish Heritage Night, the whole fucking shebang, like. You know what I mean?
The Marlins did it and all. They did it one game.
Here's the thing: has a baseball game ever been that fucking?
Never.
Exactly, never.
They're just like, you know, it's something they're dreaming about now. Could they replicate it? And they just wouldn't be able to. You know,
no chance.
They need everybody to get pissed. Did you see the video of the guy from Boston? He's like, to the woman, he says, I'm here with all the Scottish fans. He says, they're fucking insane. It's fucking unbelievable. He's like, oh, sorry, ma'am. I think I'm in your view. She's like, look, son, I didn't give a fuck.
Here, did you see the woman who was walking through with her kids in the Scotland tap, and she spotted an Israeli flag, and she go, free Palestine. She was I was a nurse in Gaza, free Palestine. See her?
Aye.
Yeah.
She's a hero. Fair play to her. There were so many. Hey, I say, well, like, I mean, I love hearing your stories because fucking you're taking it all as firsthand. Like, there was so much stuff that was going around about how fucking vibrant and how positive and how great it was. And do you know what it is? Like, I couldn't give a single fuck about the World Cup until the World Cup started, right? The World Cup started, and then you were going, and the Scotland thing was happening, and you get right into it. Because you know why? Because the World Cup's class. World Cup's class. It brings all the world people together, and it shows everybody that we're all just fucking human beings trying to have a fucking good time watching football. And all the other pish really doesn't fucking matter. It's external ancillary shit, right? And the World Cup always, to me, makes me realize, going like, see, when you're just playing football, every cunt gets along.
Aye, man. So see even like in my work every day, there's loads of Brazilians, there's a lot of different African nations in my job and that. And the crack's fucking brilliant when the World Cup's on, man. Absolutely brilliant.
Aye. See the thing that resonated to me big time as well, right? Loads of them, the Bostonians, or wanting to talk to us about Trump, right? And we were of the opinion, you're there and you fucking just didn't really mention it because you fucking didn't know. I knew Boston being a city, Democrat city, etc. They would all hate him, right? But some of the other Scotland fans are, oh, you're not wanting to fucking breach this subject. And they were asking us, and they're like, well, we're not really his biggest fan. We fucking hate him. They're like, aye. But the bit that's resonated with me more is, see when you read all the pages, all the folk from Boston thanking Scotland fans, and it says, this is what this city needed. He says, because I think, see, before the Scotland fans arrived, they didn't even know the World Cup was on. They had no interest. They were just thinking, this will just pass through the city. They'll all go to their games, have a few pints, and fucking do whatever.
They probably thought it was going to be a fucking nuisance, in fact.
Aye. And then it's went, and then they've joined in, because every pub you went into was fully Bostonians, Geenat Laldy and all, joining in all the songs. Some of them were ending up there drunk than us, you know, like, fucking, you guys are the fucking best, fucking. And like, but they were all saying when they were writing their fucking notes of thanks and everyone, saying, this city needed this more than ever. He says, because we're in the middle of the biggest shitstorm any of us have ever lived through, politically, socially, fucking. We know the world thinks America's a pariah, and we actually realise we fucking are. You know, they were coming out to this stuff, but we're just thankful that these Scottish folk have came here and realised that we're just the same as them, just normal people that haven't got any power to change what these fucking devils are doing that are ruling us all.
Aye, it's very true. And like, do you know what the problem is? Like, America's identity is so complex when it comes to the politics, and then you get a bunch of cunts from Scotland coming over, just going like, "Fucking party!" and everybody goes, "What?" And they go like, "No, we're here to party, having a good time. We go fuck with politics, go fuck with Donald Trump. We're here to party. Let's go." And I'd say the infectiousness of that kind of fucking complete and utter energy of fucking just going, we're here to have a good time. We're here to have a fucking good time. Just takes over. And I'd say it's a shock to the system. Not a cultural shock, but an actual shock to the system. Going like, this big dose of positive energy just runs through your fucking city in a time of utter fucking essential social contempt and fucking, you know, depression.
Aye, and it came to them all, and they were just like, they were fucking cuddling us and everything. And it's like, it was just fucking incredible. And it's like, but the funniest thing I read today, Joe, I still own that Boston Tart and Army page. It's fucking brilliant. Some of the things are still reading. It's all folk with Boston now, right now, and everybody else is saying fucking spewing. They're saying it's all finished. And somebody says, "Fucking, you've got to take your hat off to they two folk climbing up the top of the Empire State Building, and what a message they gave when the power of love beats the love of power. The world knows peace. Absolute class, but you've got to say they missed a fucking trick, didn't they, boys? Because they still had that traffic code in Tapia." The old traffic codes were doing a fucking storm, man. You know, the police were actually helping them.
The fucking mayor was putting the traffic code on.
Oh, they were fucking loving it, man. Loving it. Fucking traffic codes everywhere. Fucking, oh.
You know, that's the one thing my kids always remember about Glasgow. So like, whenever I go back, we go like, traffic code's still there? I'm like, traffic code's always there.
Oh. And
I have to say, Jason, I've never been so jealous of somebody's weekend in my fucking life.
I was
to be
having a
honest.
complete another FOMO moment. I was going like, I was delighted for you. I was so happy for you. Yeah.
And you know, like that could quite easily never happen again in your lifetime. Like,
probably won't.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye, it's like that's the thing that's kind of really hard to put into words, and that's how if Scotland had go to Boston again, I would have done. I just went.
Aye.
You know, holidays or no holidays, because you couldn't. Like, you maybe wouldn't have went, but see if you'd been there with me, you definitely went back.
Aye.
You couldn't miss it. It's like it was just everything that happened. Fucking
I had a problem missed the flight back anyway, hiding under my bed. So.
But it was just, and see, even like, when it went for, I never even tell you this. So the last day, we were in that Dubliner, and we didn't want to leave it. But me and the two boys from Aberdeen, our flight was at 9 o'clock. So they'd put their bag in no one of these shops, you just pay them $10 or something like that. And you Google it, they hold your bag for a few hours. So they'd stuck their bag in some shop, and they says it's not that far for you, but the threes were starving. We're like, right, we'll go and get something to eat. They tried to find this Vietnamese place, and we took a round turn. So we just seen this, it was a Korean barbecue, so in there, the food was fucking delicious and dead reasonable. It was like, see when you were eating out in restaurants and all, it wasn't that expensive. But we got this Korean barbecue, so we scud at that, and the boy, he'd worked all over the world. Fucking funny story as well. See the guy Scott? The guy Scott worked in China for 4 years, and he says to me, I met your brother in China. I'm like, where? He's like, in Beijing. He says, he came into a Scottish bar and we were all in. He says, I played in the Fitbit team for it. I FaceTimed our John in Patamonium. John's like, how you do? John's like, I fucking remember it. And he says, I didn't want to go out and bother him, but he says, this guy that ran our Fitbit team hadn't a clue what snooker was. And he says, he went right out and he says, you're Scottish. He says, aye. He says, look, we're looking for guys in a Fitbit team, but you want to join the Fitbit team? He says, no, I'm just out here for 2 weeks. We've got to get in the order. If you can play, because it's all Scottish expats that play in the team. He says, no, I can't play. He says, I'm playing this sport out here and that. The guy's like, never fucking mind about that. Come and play with us. And they're all fishing themselves. And I text John's like, I fucking minded the boy, aye. So Scott, he was in the boozer on the heart, and he said, I fucking mind your brother coming in. But anyway, so he'd lived in China and lived in Korea, South Korea. So he was into this Korean barbecue, and he got this wee plastic fucking bottle. It looked like a wee bottle of lemonade. And then he sent the beers out, and then they said to the guy, what would you pick? So the guy just picked fucking 4 things, sent out. It was all delicious and beautiful. And he's like, this is what the Koreans drink, and it's like a wee sake sort of thing, like a wee shot thing, you knock it back. But it's only like 12, it's not like 20 odd, 12% or something. It was actually fucking nice. So we scudded a few of them. So then we went out, and the full time we were there, it was all us and Haitians. You didn't really see any other Americans, obviously. There was guys when America were playing, they were playing one night, it probably was Mobley or folk shouting for America. But we didn't really see any. And then we came out of there, and all we seen was this big gang of Norwegians. They'd all started arriving. So we walked down the street to find this shop that they'd left their bags in. So we had this was now, say, 6 o'clock, but getting a taxi to Boston Centre to Boston Airport only takes you 15 minutes. And we were like, right, we just get the bags and we'll head to the airport. So the street we turned down to get the bags, it was a full street of bars that we hadn't seen before. It was maybe a 15-minute walk away from that Dubliner and that Black Rose and all that, maybe 20-minute walk in a different direction. And so he goes and gets their bag, and there's a full street, and it's just mob with Norwegians all in all the pubs. He says, Mum will get in there for a fucking drink. So I had that fucking Scotland away tap on, and they had their Scotland taps on. So we walked in, and said to me, lass in the back, and take the cases in there. She says, I'll just stick them in that room. So we gets a drink, goes out and sits outside with the Norwegians. They're all up straight away. Yous have been fantastic. What has it been like and all that? We're like, oh, Boston's great and all that. Oh, great. How many of yous were here? I says, I don't know, but fucking 60,000 or something. How did yous all get tickets? We're like, well, loads didn't have tickets. No tickets? What do you mean? And we're like, well, you just came for the party. What? They're like, every Norwegian that's here has a ticket for the game. No one would come, if they didn't have a ticket. And we're like, we fucking do it. Then they're like, look, what do the songs you were singing? So I went and get the fucking guy and the hanky bit of music on with the old tap playlist. And with the fucking pub bouncing. So we had 2 pints with them, we fucking left them, they were fucking jumping the table, whatever. We just get them, because they were all just sitting about their cell, just fucking having drinks and all that. Then we had the place absolutely bouncing, and to leave, get in a cab. Do not go, stay with us, we will buy you a drink. He says, no, we're fucking going to miss this flight, we need to go to the loo. And so that was what we'd seen in the Norwegians. So they would have enjoyed themselves there and all, but they're a good bit more reserved than us. They were nice and all. But it was great, as you say, seeing all different nations and all that, and obviously different cities with different sort of experiences. But Boston was just like the perfect kind of place. The Miami looked great and all that, but the heat down there would have killed you. But the heat in Boston but the humidity wasn't too bad, but it was roasting. But just perfect city. Just nothing could have been better. It was just so good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just.
Jason, I was going to ask you about the tickets you were mentioning there. So, I've watched games sporadically through the World Cup, but see like some games where you see like Holland playing or Argentina, whatever. It looks like about 2/3 of the stadium are like Holland or Argentina fans and all sat together. How does it work with the allocations for each nation, or just in general?
They only get a small allocation. So see,
that's what I thought.
See where I was. See when you were watching the Scotland game, right? Most Scotland fans for that game had the Scotland away tap on because that was their away game. So the team was wearing that. They were all saying they're all wearing away tap, right? So if you looked out to the right where the TV was, there was a full section there, and it was just all Scotland fans. That was their official Tartan Army allocation.
Which would have been what sort of number-wise compared to the capacity?
I think honestly, like 5,000 or something like that.
Right. And what was the capacity there?
At 60.
Right. Okay.
So over to the left was the Haitians, and their allocation was, I think, slightly smaller. It looked about half the size of the Scotland fans, and it was all blue. They were all wearing blue, and then the rest of the stadium is just whoever can get their own tickets. So I was in the rest of the stadium, so it's just FIFA tickets. So you're just basically applying to FIFA. There was like 5 Indians, or they were American Indians sitting next to us. They came to New Jersey. They had got the tickets in the ballot, and they drove up. And they were just fascinated with us. They just didn't stop blaring about Scotland and how we travelled there. And that's amazing, man. You guys are unreal.
Yeah.
Did they have feathers on as well?
No.
One of the Red Indians, no?
No.
Maybe it's just me, but some of the games look like there's like maybe 20,000 of one country together, like big numbers because of the colours they're wearing. But I don't know, maybe I've just.
I've seen that myself, and I don't really. Maybe in certain games they maybe have got that allocation. I don't really know him. I don't really know how people
it was Holland that stood out for me. Obviously they all wear the orange top and stuff, and it's not like half the stadium was that way. But I'm assuming maybe Canada and Mexico and the US have got larger numbers kind of together. I saw a Canada game. It looked like they had at least half the stadium there.
Aye. But no, I think it was just like, as I say, our section would have been, I would say, maybe less Scotland fans in our section than like neutrals and Haitians. There's probably more Scotland fans than Haitians in our section, but there was loads were like neutral, but nearly all the neutrals were. Saying that, the neutrals, I don't know, if Haitians scored, they'd probably jumped up and all, I don't know.
Yeah.
They were all just kind of loving the experience, you know.
I suppose like from the outside, it looks like there's just lots of, middle to wealthy people at the games, because it just looks like loads of people filming the games all the time and, not really singing away and the kind of normal stuff there. Has that been the kind of norm for a lot of the games over there?
Really? I didn't get that watching the TV at all. You're man.
Maybe
I didn't get that at all.
I've not seen too many games, but just seems to be a lot of people videoing things all the time.
That's the word there, though.
I think that's standard now everywhere, right?
Maybe.
At the game I was at, I didn't see much of that. It was just folk were all right into the game, and when Scotland scored, the place went berserk.
See the World Cup, I couldn't give a fuck about the crowd. Honestly.
No, I like. Do you know what you always notice? And you always notice it here when it was in Brazil. Do you watch when Brazil plays? You hardly see a black Brazilian supporter. See, when you look at the crowd, they're all wealthy Brazilians.
See at the start of the tournament, me and Joseph were watching the South Africa game. He turns to me and he goes, "Aren't there like loads of white South Africans?" And I was like, "I mate, there are." I was like, but I said, think about it like the NBA. Not a lot of white Americans playing the NBA. I said, think about it that way. There's like no white South African football players. Man.
I tell you, kind of half top. It was down at London the weekend, stayed at Big Adler's, but and stays in a cracking area in Charlton, right? So me and him and Mick on Saturday morning went to see the Heat down there on Friday. Jesus Christ, man, you couldn't go.
Was it Kneecap? Was it Kneecap?
Aye, Saturday night.
An hour fucking, that's an hour, half an hour in the show. That's just a 2.5 hours coming up.
Hipster crowd in London, no the same as Glasgow.
Not the Tartan Army, no.
Nah.
Hipster Bows fans.
Oh, we were singing Rovers fans all night to piss them off, and they didn't even know what we were singing. Everybody with Bows taps on hadn't a clue who Bows were. I was saying, "What's that strip you're wearing?" It's a Fontaine's DC strip. Fucking no clue. But
Fontaine's FC.
So we went and watched Liam playing football. I think it's called Charlton Park. Fucking stunning, right? See this area, London, where he lives, beautiful, right? So we walked, maybe a 25-minute walk for his house. So we walked through there. So we and Denny's training and all that. And the fitter park, the park where the side for me's got 3 fitter parks on it. This must be 4 or 5 times the size of that, right? And there must have been about 20 games of football going on at the one time. Just like bounce games or training or doing mean moves, stuff like that. And I would say about 75% of all the kids that are playing are all young black kids and built like big shit houses. And the skill levels of some of them half the scale. So I said to Big Martin, I says, "Who's good?" He says, "Crystal Palace." He says, "See their youth academy." He says, "They are fucking hoovering on this young talent." He says, "See this South London talent, you're these young kids." He says, "They'll all be affiliated to Crystal Palace." He says, "Unbelievable." He says, "They've got a conveyor belt. And see the athleticism of these kids, fucking unbelievable. You know, and they all fucking top players, you know." And you say to yourself, and there just seemed to me to be a lot more kids playing football than what you see up here. But obviously, because London's got loads of green spaces, even though it's fucking populated like fuck. It's got loads of parks and that, and obviously you've got that Hackney Marshes and all that as well. But this was an eye opener for me.
You look at the players they've produced though. Palace recently, you know, they had Eze.
Aye,
is really good. Elise, who I think is fucking one of the best players in the world just now. You know, he came,
unbelievable. Best player in the World Cup.
Exactly. He's came from Palace. I did tip that at the start as well, Harper. I'm going to claim that one.
Yeah.
Sahar before that as well. I mean, they're producing some serious players, man, for a small club.
Aye, and he says they've got a top youth academy that's just bringing them through as a conveyor belt. Fucking very, very impressive. When you're down there watching, you can just sit on a park bench and just watch all the games. Fucking some of them are different class. See the
some difference, Jason, with the weather, isn't it? Living in a place like that.
Don't get me wrong, it was too warm. See it playing in that. Oof.
But can you imagine living in that, like fucking every night, just sitting in your garden, nice, beautiful weather, man?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, it was far too warm.
I think it is just now, but see if you took 5 degrees off it, it'd just be ideal for you, man.
Oh, aye, definitely. Summer, without a doubt. But it was stifling. It was like me and Mick obviously stayed in a fan in the room. Fucking hell, just circulating hot air. I was just like, oh, man.
Hey, I tell you, fucking Joel, Dublin isn't far off it the last couple of weeks.
Oh, it was 32 last week.
It's one of the mornings I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. It was fucking 21 degrees at 6 o'clock in the morning. Fuck.
Here's the thing though, I sleep really well in the heat.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite.
Flat out.
You can't go under the covers, but you're just
like a lizard.
Don't get me wrong, I'd much rather the heat than the cold. But that heat, see, we get the train down in the here was a laugh. He gets a train down to London Friday night, and fucking train was awful. Fucking, there was all these women all walking through the carriage singing "No Scotland, no Barry," and all that. Right? I was like, that was the urban Boston. Where you? Oh. Fucking, but so I said, "What are you talking to London for?" Fucking Garth Brooks was playing there, wasn't he?
What?
A full train for Scotland getting in to see Garth Brooks just about. I think Harry Styles was playing and all. There was a couple going to watch that. But wasn't it going to see Kneecap? But it was fucking hell. But see getting on the train at Motherwell, it was like 21 degrees or whatever. Then decent weather, kind of overcast. Gets off that train at London, 37. Oh my God. It was fucking wild, man. Just walking off as if fucking walked into Seville. Do you know what I mean? Boiling. But I great weekend in the old Big Smoke. I'd done the old bucket list, tried the old pie and mash and jelly deals. Fucking beautiful. Pie and mash was about average, to be honest with you. Jelly deals, I could eat a bucket full of them.
Jelly deals, here, so sell it to me. Is it salty? Is it?
Nah, it's just like, see like, so the jelly is basically, see like if you get like a tinny ham that's got that jelly around about it.
Blech.
All right, here, stop.
Right. So
That's the end of that conversation. Spam scum.
Aye, like
I like strawberry jelly. I like raspberry jelly.
The absolute EastEnders fuck.
Right, but you don't need to eat the jelly, right? The eels, eels are just like fish, just fish.
No. If you're in the jelly, you're out of the equation.
But I didn't eat all the jelly, but fucking tell you, if you eat a bucket full of excellent. Because I was like to the lassie, I says, just give me the standard pie and mash. And pie and mash was average, just a pie, mash with.
What was all that green shite over the top of it, like fucking pea puree or something?
That's the gravy.
Parsley. It's a liquor they call it. It's like a parsley sauce. It's totally inoffensive, Harper. See, when you eat it, it tastes like nothing.
Do you know what?
So
why would you bother? It sounds like fucking absolute nonsense.
I think it was just a cheap. I think it was cheap food, wartime sort of thing. It was.
Aye, but you know what? It's 2026. Fucking upgrade. I mean,
aye, but folk like it. So I just wanted to try it. I wouldn't be rushing back to get pie and mash.
Do you know what's lasted? Chips. Chips have lasted. Do you know why? Because they're fucking tasty and they've always been tasty.
Aye, but in London they're fucking soaking them in gravy. Fuck's sake.
Chips with salt and vinegar is fucking useless.
Aye. Listen, don't be a Philistine. I mean,
but that was it.
fuck me. We've covered a lot of ground in 2 hours and 10 minutes. We've done the World Cup. We've done Celtic moaning.
I can't wait to see where Jason's gone next.
Well,
I feel like I'm want to watch one of those Netflix episodes where I've got to wait till next week for the next episode.
If we're lucky, right? If we're lucky, I reckon we'll be in the Conference League in some obscure German city, which we'll all go to.
Aye, that would be. But how can they need to lose the qualifier, don't they?
Aye, well, listen.
Maybe end up back in Tolka Park.
Let's hope for the best and expect the worst.
So it's I tell you what, but it'd be worthwhile getting the funds away the now for the Spain, Portugal, and Morocco World Cup in 4 years.
Yeah,
for Scotland.
Not a bad shout, eh?
Definitely going to go to that.
Get a wee kitty going, and even if see if Scotland didn't get there, I'd be a bit reluctant to kind of go. But if Ireland were there, I'd probably go and join in the party. But just incredible times. You're just meeting folk from all over the world, and it's just great, you know. And it would be absolute quality. Wonder if Bilbao's one of the venues.
Yeah, I'm up for going anyway, Jason. To be honest with you, like even if Ireland's not there, I'm up for going anyway, whether Ireland's there or not, just to kind of take it all in. But
I think I would as well, mate. To be honest with you, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was like it made it so much better. Like the way the Scotland fans were, but
100%,
I suppose just the full atmosphere of being there at the World Cup and whatever. See, just like all the See, like the way the cops were and stuff like that. I would like it.
Yeah.
You know, the Spanish and Portuguese cops and that are like, fucking hell, could they murder?
You're better.
Do you know
geography
what?
than me, but
Boston was the perfect city for it, though, Jason. Eh?
it was. Yeah, totally. But you must be able to base yourself somewhere decent between Spain and Portugal and be close enough to 3 or 4 of the stadiums that are going to be involved in the World Cup. And I thought,
Well, Seville, but fucking the heat there would fucking kill you. Seville was the perfect place. You know, you can get to Madrid. Madrid would be your place.
Oh, you're not exactly escaping the heat in that region.
I see if you get a nice villa with a big pool, man, just to chill and then just be jumping in for the games and stuff. It'd be ideal, man.
Higgins travel, just lit a torch. Here we go.
Listen, we can scout it out. We can scout it out next year when we're on Portugal in May.
Oh, aye, you get that sorted.
Oh, you know what? I was looking up. Here is a plan. That's midweek, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, sorry. Somebody explain what's happening. We're talking shit.
Well, so it's obviously 25th of May.
Yes.
So what date is that next year?
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday, right? So obviously we're probably talking about going there on the Saturday, aren't we?
Well, the Saturday will be the cup final.
Right, Sunday then. Aye. So
the plan is to be there at the stadium at the time when the game ended on the anniversary.
We're absolutely ripping the piss out of this, aren't we? 60th fucking year anniversary. But I will go in.
Oh, but Sean Kelly's idea is the best idea the club hasn't had.
Do you know, Harper, I wonder whether it is a cup final. I'm just looking there. Villa's playing a league game.
Somebody said in the chat it was a cup final in the Stoke station.
Maybe that's just the normal. Villa's playing the league game on the 23rd and the 30th. Now, not to say it's the same as England. Maybe they're having a break or something. But that's quite late for league games to be played. Villa's last game of the season is the 30th of May. That's really late, then.
Is it maybe because is the season pushed back but saying that our season's no starting to the start of August.
Yeah.
Do we not normally start at the end of July? Or is it just
I'll have a quick look. The dates will be out already.
Well, Celtic, aye. But we've got the split, so you won't be able to know.
No, but the Scottish Cup final it'll be out already. Let me just have a quick.
Sean will have sorted that out, definitely.
Saturday, 22nd of May, 2027.
Right, okay. Wonder what's going on with England then. They must be just doing something completely different.
But they're completely different this season, were they not?
That normally doesn't normally finish anywhere near as late as that.
Because they had their FA Cup final before the last league game, didn't they?
Yeah, this year they did. Yeah.
We should actually look for the going to Lisbon, staying in Estoril. Probably.
Yep.
That'll be the best shout.
Hotel Palacio.
Nah, but get like an hour or something like that. We'll be there. We'll be something there.
Are we doing travel plans on the podcast now? Fucking 2 hours, 12 minutes. Right here, listen, drop it the fuck.
But aye, so we should get a wee kitty together and start saving up for the World Cup before the game. Because the lad Ross, he lives out in Dubai now, and it was his mate Michael. He was the one that was holding the kitty. I don't know if there was more of them or just if there was the two of them. I didn't ask. But anyway, they'd been saving up for, I think it was 8 years ago, hoping that Scotland would get to Qatar, and they'd been putting like, I don't know, £50 or £100 a month away, and they've been saving it up. So he sorted all the tickets out, and Ross says, he says, I'd lost count of fucking how much we had. He says, I didn't even fucking realise how long they'd been saving for. And he says, so he bought them executive tickets, but he got them on the day they came out. So they were £1,600. So they had both games in Boston, £1,600. Paid for Ross's flight from Dubai out to Boston. Paid the hotel. So Ross is like, right, I'm going to, he says, how much you take? I'm going to take Kingman. And the guy's like, what do you mean how much you take? He says, you've still got fucking £2,000 here. He says, I'll bring all your dollars as well. So Ross says, I've just fucking turned up. Everything's been fucking paid. Fucking £2,000 worth of dollars, so fucking $2,500 or whatever. And he says, that's us, fucking good to go. So, at the end of the day, if you fucking stick the money away every month, a couple of quid.
Yeah. Planning.
So I reckon, Skip, you should hold the bounty. You're the man.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I was telling Donna about this trip the other day, and she politely reminded me our wedding anniversary is about 2 days after the 25th. So
you should know where to find you.
She'll be there, mate. She'll be there with us, I would say.
Which anniversary is it though?
Yeah, good question, mate. Good question.
Exactly. It doesn't matter because you don't know. It doesn't matter. All right.
The ninth, is it the famous 9th anniversary? Okay.
It is. It's the Ronaldo anniversary, if I recall.
I'd be fucking divorced by then, so
exactly. It's the Bob Latchford anniversary.
So somebody in the chat, Kenneth says, talk about where Celtic are going. So obviously you didn't listen to the start, Kenneth.
Fucking hell, it's 11:15 at night, Kenneth.
We're actually fucking, I'm a bit of an upbeat mood now. Fucking hell.
Yeah, because Celtic, see, we were talking the Champions League earlier. The Shamrock Rovers, who are obviously in the Champions League qualifiers, are they in the Champions route? So we couldn't get them, is that right?
These are Scott McCrory questions.
We can.
No, we can.
No, we could.
Because we get folk in the Champions route. We can't get folk for the top leagues that's became second, third, or fourth.
Right. Aye. Just when you were saying there's like eight scenarios or something, whatever somebody said at the start. So Rovers, that would be good.
So I think when Hamish covered this in his give him his due, I think he read out all of the teams that are in that Champions route that we could possibly get, and Shamrock was one of them. But then obviously you have to win all them qualifiers and become, available to play against. But it's possible.
That's the first time I've ever heard Shamrock Rovers just called Shamrock.
The Rovers.
I was singing enough of their songs on Saturday night to fucking last me a lifetime. There you go. By the way, one wee fucking sad thing I need to mention. I just had a few texts there now, but a big guy, Willie Gorman, for the Ross and Gary Owen, sadly passed away today. So loads of folk that listen to this will know. Big Willie ran there, Dross and Gary Owen for years, and cracking guy everywhere with Celtic, abroad in Europe. Fucking one of the faces that you would see everywhere, and sadly passed away today. So all our thoughts and prayers are with Big Willie's family.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yep, definitely.
Aye, so it's what do you do? It's just a game nowadays, isn't it? It's fucking.
We keep trucking, Jason. We keep trucking around. I mean, remember, because every time I turn my head these days, I feel like somebody's either sick or dying or ready to die.
Oh, it's fucking big.
And it's fucking. And if it doesn't remind you one thing, it should be like, keep on going. See when you wake up tomorrow, feel good about it, because you're not dead.
While the lights are on, just keep dancing, troops.
A fella in the pub told me about 20 years ago, you've got ginger hair, you live forever. So that'll do for me.
Wrap it up, fuck.
What about no? Right, who's your pick for winning the World Cup?
Oh, France.
Argentina.
France be a fucking mile.
I don't even think there's a competition. I think France team are fucking. I think Argentina will probably get to the final against them. And the thing was, everybody fancied France the last time and Argentina beat them, but
can that happen? You know how it's two sides of the draw, is
that's the way it's meant to go, yeah.
Right.
What about England, right? So if all the teams win, right, that are expected to win, you keep saying England keep winning, right? England's draw is they play Mexico in the Azteca, who've no lost for about a decade or something like that, the Azteca. Yeah. Then they would play Brazil. Then they would play Argentina, and then they would play France. So I tell you one thing, if the English win it, fair play to them. They fucking deserve it.
I have bought remember we had a chat here a few months ago about great tops, and I was like, the 86 Maradona Hand of God jersey is my favourite. Right? I've got it coming next week. And where I'm going to in Malaga on Friday, is apparently gammon central to a certain degree. So I can't wait to just fucking.
So tell me, Joe, are you actually going to Malaga, or are you going near it?
Going to a place next to Fungarola, Mijas or Mijas, something out there.
Mijas, so it's lovely there, man.
Liam's a regular there.
Yeah.
Aye. So
Aye.
I've heard there's plenty of Brits about it, so I'm well prepared.
It's not like that. Mijas is cool, man. It's cool.
Nah,
You've been there, Jason. You've been there as much as I have.
Totally fine. But you were, but you're not going to meet. You're going to Mijas Puebla. That's you're not going up the hill to Mijas, the wee village.
The beach.
No, we're down the beach. Right?
You're at the beach.
Yeah.
That's totally cool, man. Joey, where are you, man? What the hell?
Where my Maradona
It was a funny one when we were getting the train down on Friday. We went to meet my mate up in Wood Green in O'Connor's. So we get off the train in Euston, just further way round to the metro somewhere, underground, sorry, they call it. And we had to get 2 trains, a connection to get us to Wood Green. So there was a wee guy on the train on the way down this with the Argentina tap, the blue away one, with Maradona 10 on the back, and he gets off and he's strolling through Euston, right? And we goes all the way down it. It's like, it's like a maze trying to work your way into the subway. So we works our way down, I think it was to get one to Russell Square or something, and then change, and then to Wood Green. Can't mind where we changed, but we get so natural. I said to him, get that wee guy with the Maradona tap on, and he's getting fucking some death stares. And then we get off the next one, and then we still on it. I says, if he walks into our corners, I'll fucking pitch myself. But he didn't end up losing. But the wee guy bowled his glass, just stood about London with the Maradona 10 tap on. So if you're listening to this, wee man, well done.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I like every World Cup, I want to see Argentina beat England. It's always a glorious disappointment for them. I love it.
Did you watch that thing I tell you to watch? Lost Down Mexico Way.
Yes. Yeah, really good.
Watch it, you like it?
Yeah. Mad.
It's absolutely brilliant, man. Brilliant. You need Joe and Harper, you need to watch this, right? It's about 6 Brummies, I think.
No, Brummies, really. A couple.
Couple were Brummies and the rest were for the Black Country, weren't they? Wolves fans.
Yeah.
And they went to watch England and Mexico 86, and it's just their story. It's fucking brilliant. It's absolute class. And
speaking of World Cup stories, have you listened to Johnny Owen, friend of the pod, his Mexico 70 podcast?
Just finished the 3rd one this morning. Brilliant.
Fucking brilliant, man.
Remember the shit he tells you?
Unbelievable.
Do you know what's the good thing about him? See, because he speaks that fast, he crams as much information into fucking 5 minutes as you could ever imagine. He's like a Gatling gun, isn't he?
But there's sometimes there's nothing more fucking sometimes your ear hangs on an accent. My ear always hangs on a fucking like see a Welsh lilt. I always go, there's something about it just makes you fucking just lean in. Right? And Johnny's got that, and the information with him and Mark is fucking like obviously well researched. Just brilliant stories, like shit you learn from these like short half-hour podcasts are amazing.
So have you listened to the Stanley Matthews one?
Not yet, no.
Jason, have you listened to it?
I think so. I think I listened to it a while back.
I was listening to it a couple of weeks back, and he's telling the story where injury time came from. Do you remember that bit?
Carry on.
So Villa were playing Stoke, I think it was, right? And Villa were winning 2-1. I mean, going back to the early, mid-1900s or whatever. And Stoke got awarded a penalty in the last minute. And one of the Villa players picked the ball up and kicked it out of the stadium. And it was the only ball they had in the stadium. So someone had to go around and get the ball. But by that time, the 90 minutes were up and the ref blew the whistle. And Villa won the game. And that's where added on time came in, or injury time came in.
Mad.
It loads of facts that he gives you that fucking
mental stuff.
But the thing is, no wonder he doesn't do the podcasts all the time, because there must be some research goes into it before he does them.
Aye.
But I think his accent and the way he talks, he can get more words out per second than any other accent in the world. Where it's still being coherent, that you can understand what he's saying. Because we speak fast, Irish, Scottish, kind of speak fast. Like we're down in London, and on the Sunday we went to the Cock Tavern and got a pint of Emmett. One of my mates down there, him and his dad Frank. Thanks for Tyrone. The Emmett's grew up in London, lives in Holloway, just next to Arsenal Stadium. When Emmett's talking, he's like, yeah, boys, yeah. And you understand how everybody understands Cockney's talking because they speak really slow, you know, and like Johnny Owen can just rattle out fucking 40 facts in about 30 seconds.
So, that's a
Right,
recommendation.
listen, lads, I'm bailing, right?
Right, we're ready to fucking away. So that's it. Recommendation: If You Know Your History podcast, Johnny Owen did a 3-parter on Mexico 70 World Cup. Outstanding.
And YouTube, Lost Down Mexico Way.
Yeah.
Lost
really,
Down Mexico
really
Way.
good.
Yeah, you were cut short there, Jason, but it's a really good watch, man. Really good.
Lads,
That's
that was good fun. We set out with no plan and nothing to talk about, and now we're 2.5 hours deep.
Well, we're not coming back until we sign a player.
Fucking hell. Never see us again.